I was going to bother you until that game was over. That was pretty funny, huh? McDaniels, why would you do that? You need 1 yard to give yourself another set of downs. It wasn't down to the last 30 seconds. That's stupid. That's why we don't have to, you know what, fam? That's why we don't see Raider fans running up and down and here, running smack like they love to do. I'm loving it. And you don't see any Rams fans here either, do you? It's a wonderful, peaceful world at this hour, because the Niners are rolling on. No, oh, by the way, there's no Hawks fans in there either. Oh, so lonely. We are so lonely. We enjoy these moments because, when things go south, they'll be back. Anyway, the Niners defense dominated over the Panthers to lead San Francisco to their third win of the season. But, fam, make no mistake, this week the Niners offense finally showed a pulse and added to the attack on Carolina. I know it's Carolina, but still, the offense has been like, oh, I don't know what to do. Yeah, we just got back together. Wait a minute. No. They came out a little bit this day, and it may have sent a message to the rest of the NFL. If the 49ers evolve and improve next week, I think we may have something cooking. Tonight, after reviewing the details of the Niners mauling versus the Panthers, the phone lines, we'll open those right up for you with your final thoughts on the Sunday NFL West leading San Francisco 49ers, Hawks, Rams. Cardinals, y'all are so pathetic. I don't even have nothing to say to you. But, I'm telling you right now, the NFC West leading. I just give any excuse for me to do that. The bad news is this, though. Nick Bosa is currently working through a groin strain that will be reevaluated tomorrow, according to Coach, when the team returns to practice for the severity of the strain. Coach Shanahan has also noted that if the team were to have practiced earlier today, Nick wouldn't have been able to participate. That pretty much goes without saying. No, he wouldn't have. Anyway, Coach was quoted saying the injury wasn't feeling great. That was earlier today. Robbie Gould also exited Sunday's contest early after sustaining a knee contusion following back-to-back tackles on kickoff returns. Special teams, what the hell, man? What is your kicker doing having to make that stop? Oh man. Every time I think about it, Coach Shanahan noted that Robbie will also be reevaluated Wednesday, but the team will also be working out kickers in West Virginia starting tomorrow. Jimmy Ward will have to undergo surgery. He will. J-Dub, who just made his 2022 regular season debut on yesterday, suffered a broken hand on the opening kickoff on the opening play versus the Panthers. Wow. Coach Shanahan said about that situation in Jimmy Ward style, he didn't want to accept that it was broken. So he stayed in there for the next play, couple of plays. It was just unfortunate how hopefully the surgery will go well and he'll be able to come back and help us after the surgery, unquote. After the surgery, though, the team will have more clarity on the timetable for his return. Now, you know what? I ain't no doctor, but how many times have guys come back from this quickly? Phew, man. Finally, Mosley did indeed realize the biggest fears of the day as he has suffered a season-ending injury. Coach Shanahan confirmed the initial prognosis of E-Man this past afternoon. Mosley sustained that ACL tear that everybody was scared to death was going to be the case. That will effectively end his 2022 campaign. E-Man suffered his injury in the fourth quarter of yesterday's game. Early in the contest, he recorded his first career pick six and 2 pass breakups. He was having a great game. Damn it. George Kittle has went out and campaigned, said, look, if you play hockey, you don't get a lot of different ice. When you're swimming, the water is always the same. And George went on and on to name a lot of surfaces that never change. But in the NFL, we've always got these changing surfaces from one field to another. Good call, George Kittle. NFL owners. Think about it for a minute. How much talent do you lose each and every year because of something that may be directly affected by those surfaces that people are playing on from one field to another? Do something. My God, this should not have to be the case. It goes without saying each and every year. Well, I mean, it is. You can bet your last dime there's going to be at least 150 to 200 casualties before the season's over, and some of them could be traced directly to the surface. The playing surfaces are not uniform. They're different. Players are going through different poundings every week on different surfaces. Stop it. There should be a league standard met, and every field out there should have it done. It's overtime. It's past time for that to stop. Damn. Oh, that's irritating. Family, you know what? It's too early to get crazy about the fact the Niners are all alone in the first place position. Let's do it anyway, though. Rams. I mean, Cardinals. Cardinals, y'all know you wouldn't in it anyway. Seahawks. Although Geno Smith is looking better. The Niners systematically took the Panthers apart 37-15 yesterday to improve to NFC West leading 3-2 on the season. All of the other clown clubs in the division, the Rams, Cardinals, and Hawks, lost their Week 5 games. I mean, it was a perfect storm, right? They're all tied. One game behind the Niners with 2 and 3 records until we get back out there and extend this record. Because of the next of those 3 teams coming up next week, all of them are going to win next week. I got to look at them to see what they're playing. Let's grade yesterday's performance to stop the foolishness. Rushing offense, Jeff Wilson Jr. appears to be getting better and better and better, and the blocking up front appears to be getting better. As far as the run game, especially for the run game, the Niners' run game, well, we do that really well. And that's why they got drafted where they got drafted anyway, because most of those guys are in the run block, and that's what Kyle mainly wants. It's all about the run game with Kyle Shanahan. Although, Kyle, you need to be concerned with the fact that if you can't. Anyway, Mrs. Wilson's baby boy gained 120 more yards and a touchdown on the 17 rushing attempts. He is at 375 on the season, and that puts him 7th in the NFL as far as yards on the dirt. Jeffrey helped get the Niners offense going on the first drive of the game with a career-long 41-yard romp to set up the team's first TD of the game. How many weeks in a row has Jeffrey Wilson jumped out, got the ball, and came through there like gangbusters, running down the field until they could finally stop him? I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Jeffrey, I thought Elijah Mitchell was gone. Oh, man, what we going to do now? What we going to do now is Jeffrey Wilson Jr. just holding it down. Elijah's he's about 3 weeks away, 2-3 weeks. Oh, man. I still want to see some. I know, I agree. I want to see some George Mason. TC came out and had a good game. But Elijah, you better heal up soon, man, because meanwhile, Tevin Coleman, as I mentioned, made contributions on offense as well. TC managed just 23 yards on 8 attempts, but he did score a touchdown on the ground and through the air, and that pass that he caught that everybody, and I even agree, because you know how big a fan I am of Jimmy G. That pass that G made going down, I don't know if he saw it before he let go or what, but G got ready for the impact. All I could see was G going down, his eyes closed. Wilson jumped up, and you're not Wilson, boom, snatch, get off me, boy. The funny thing about TC said, Jimmy, we had talked about that all week long. It had been a cornerback to come and cover me. He wasn't supposed to do that. He did it anyway. I said, no, this is mine. I said, G trusted his boy. Okay, Jimmy, but you messed up on that. You'd have been talked about. Oh, the people who were waiting for you to make a mistake would have been all over that ass. Ooh. I tell you, in all, the Niners rushed for 153 yards and 2 TDs on 29 attempts. If you take away the quarterback kneel downs, the Niners averaged 5.7 yards per carry. That's what Kyle wants. Right around that number. Now he can operate. Now he can do whatever he wants to do. All his creativity comes into play now. Grade, give him an A-. Passing offense goes to JG. Had an effective day with 2 TD passes. He completed 18 of 30 passes for 253 yards with 2 TDs and no INTs. Debo Samuel, George Kittle, please catch the ball. You guys are too good. Don't do that. D should have been 20 or 30 easily. JG got the Niners on the board with a 9-yard pass to Coleman in the first quarter. Then he hit Debo Samuel in the third quarter on a 4-yard score that gave the Niners a 24-9 lead in the third quarter. The Niners finally were particularly impressive, on third downs yesterday as they converted 7 of their 13 attempts, 58.3%. GK led the Niners with 5 receptions. but he lost the fumble after a first quarter catch. And I ain't mad at him about that no more, though. Debo caught just 2 of the 9 passes Garoppolo targeted for him. But one of the connections was a 4-yard touchdown. We'll take the points. Grade, give him a B. Rushing defense, Panthers running back Christian McCaffrey got the Niners only once. And from him, that's saying something, as he scored only on a 19-yard run on a 4th and 1 play in the second half. But immediately after that, oh, no, he ain't. Niners stomped McCaffrey on a 2-point try from the 1-yard line. Whoa! Christian McCaffrey stopped on the 1-yard line. He didn't get in. Are you kidding me? Go Niners! Oh, that play kept the Niners lead at 8 points, and it appeared to signal a momentum swing as well. McCaffrey finished with 54 yards on 14 rushing attempts for 3.9 average. That is unheard of for Christian McCaffrey. Credit to Niners defense and give us. Trey Greenlaw led the way again. 49ers defense with 11 tackles. Greenlaw is leading the team, I believe. Last time I looked at the stats, Greenlaw was the monster out there. Fred Warner had 9 tackles. Give him a B+. Passing defense, Emmanuel Mosley returned to his home state and came up with a big play in the first half. He went to a knee to intercept Baker Mayfield's errant pass late in the first half. Then he got up and weaved his way into the end zone for a 41-yard TD. We're going to miss him. Mosley had an exceptional first 5 games of the season, in fact, but now his season is over, most likely. But Coach Shanahan, as I mentioned earlier, is already lobbying to re-sign E-Man at the end of the season as his contract will expire. Damn, that boy has earned a spot with the 49ers. We're hoping Jason Verrett can somehow come out now and equal the work that E-Man Mosley will leave behind for him to do. The Niners pass rush came through with 6 quarterback sacks. Talanoa Hufanga. I always go hear his name when you talk about the defense doing well. Fred Warner, of course. Charles Omenihu, there's that man again. That's the one I told you about at the beginning of the season, fam. That's what I told you about this guy. I said, wait a minute, watch this guy Omenihu. He didn't know what he was doing last year. He probably does now. Demetrius Flanagan Foles and Drake, the rookie Jackson, registered 1 apiece. Tashawn Gibson and Owen Burks, they shared a sack. Fam, that is 13 sacks for this fun bunch of the 2 weeks. Give him a grade, but give him an A-. It could have been better. They should have had 14. Special teams. The Niners special teams were the low line of this game for the team. Robbie Gould appeared to hit a 43-yard field goal attempt low, enabling the Panthers to block the kick. Gould also was forced to make 2 tackles. I ain't going to never get over that with the rest of you clowns on that special teams unit. At the end of long returns, why? Well, Niners gave up kick returns of 45 and 48 yards on his second tackle. Gould sustained a knee bruise that ended his day. Mitch Wisnowski took over the duties. As you know, he missed a field goal, but snuck in an extra point that was partially blocked. Give him a D. Man, that really bothers me. I'm watching everybody but Robbie, the least athletic body on the field, make the play. Give him. I would give him an F, but you know, coaching. Once the Niners lost their star, Nick Bosa, to groin injury, it looked as if Coach Shanahan got a little more aggressive. Word is, as far as Matt Maiocco is concerned, is he denies that. You know how Coach Shanahan is. Man, what y'all talking about, man? I'm always aggressive. No, you're not, Kyle. I wish you would be. Niners went for it on 4th down play and picked up the first down due to a pass interference penalty in the second half. Those can happen more often, Kyle, if you go ahead and run that play. The first down enabled the Niners to score a big touchdown after the Panthers had cut the deficit to 8 points early in the third quarter. As you'll remember, fam, the team found a near-perfect balance with run and pass on offense on this particular Sunday. And again, D.C. D'Amico pushed all the right buttons on the side of the ball. Give him a B+ overall, fam. And hey, the contest was not a completely clean game, though. And no Niners are not the Niners aren't close to midseason form yet. But it was about as good as the Niners have played this season. The Niners had the answers anytime the Panthers looked as if they might get back into the game. That is the trait of a champion. There are still plenty of issues to figure out, and now there are a lot of moving pieces with all the injuries. But the Niners showed some level of consistency and winning back-to-back games. It seems like they're starting to feel themselves offensively, and already knows the defense. My God, what the defense going to look like midseason? God, Jesus Christ. But the 49ers offense, it looks like they're going to start participating soon. And I know what you're saying. It was the Panthers defense, for God's sakes. Still, the Panthers defense, they weren't bad in the secondary. They had a little problem stopping us from running. But, you got one. You can only play the team in front of you. And if it's going to be looked at like a preseason contest, playing a team like that, then so be it. But 49ers, for the love of God, get your gear and get your act in order as far as offensively goes. Alex Mazba, nothing better than seeing the Raiders lose, I know. Yes. Because, Raider fans, all of us know some obnoxious group of people on the planet. And the Hawks are in second place, and the Rams are not really. You can't take the Rams seriously because this is the first time the Rams had any right to do what they do, which is talk a lot of trash. I tried to wake Rudy up early in the morning and ask him. I showed him a photo of Matt Stafford laying face down in the dirt with a cowboy laying on top of him. Hey, Rudy, you awake? Yeah. Rudy, I want y'all to know, man, y'all have been very entertaining this season. And listen, we still love y'all, man. Swing on by the chat if you got some time. Rudy hasn't answered me yet. Hey, Steven. Come on in, Steve. You and Rome.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, man, Victory Monday is what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? And, it's got exclamation points all over it. Yes. Go ahead.
Oh, man. It feels good, Ronbo. It feels good to be at the top of the seat and looking down on everybody. Looking down at the Rams fans, Seahawks fans, Cardinals fans. Man.
Let me give you the Debo salute. Bam, bam. Pile. Oh, yes. Love it.
Man.
Who?
And you know what? Jimmy's actually been looking better than I thought he is. I mean, they had some questionable throws, but overall he's made up for it. I mean, he's got a passer rating, I think, of 98.6 last time I saw it.
That's right. When his hand ain't hurting and his shoulder ain't hurting, he can still play. I don't know how tight that shoulder may be, but I want to see what he looks like if he stays healthy.
Hey, but you know what? If we keep this up, we'll roll right through Falcons, and we'll go right into Kansas City, collide with them, and then when we back up with LA, whoop their ass again for a second time.
I hope Trent's memorable.
And then get a bye week.
Hey, did you see that? Steve, did you see that? You watch the Kansas City game, right? They've got a rookie safety and secondary, and they got a rookie a corner in the secondary. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Oh, and I guarantee you, when we face KC, Travarius Ward's going to feel some type of way.
Ayuk, he takes Pro Bowlers and messes with their mind as far as that secondary goes. Do you know what he'll do to Kansas City's rookies out there? And Debo?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, and
he will
JJ?
cook them alive.
Oh, no. I didn't know they had rookies out there.
Alive. And Ronbo, what the nice part is, too, is that by the time we get into Kansas City, we'll have half of the people we had on injury back. Jason Verrett will be back.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Jimmy Ward might be crazy enough to come back with a broken hand.
Doesn't matter. Ibsen's doing fine. I'm more concerned with Jason Verrett. Can he fill that void? Because if he looks like Jason Verrett, he will fill that void, and the Niners will be straight money. Straight money! Oh, Javarius and JV. What? Oh.
And then who do we have? Oh, Ty Davis-Price possibly coming back around that time too?
I give him another 2 weeks max. He ought to be all right. But TC looked good yesterday. Did you think? I don't know. He looked good. He always plays good against the Panthers for some reason, though.
But you know what, Ronbo? I'm a little mad at George Kittle for that fumble, man.
I know.
Right? That was something that I was like, you really let that happen. You never let that happen.
He had it once last year. Remember against the Cardinals? He didn't see the guy coming up behind him. He's going to do that once a year, I guess, now. That's not going to happen anymore this year. I can't imagine.
And how about how about Wisnowski punting, not punting, but kicking the ball completely left? Didn't even nowhere, too low and to the left. It's
Low and left.
great.
Yeah.
Oh
Double
man.
L.
Yeah. But you know what? You know what, Ronbo? The only team I kind of fear right now because they're on a roll. I'm a little scared about them is the Cowboys.
Yeah, they do look pretty tough on defense. I think they're getting away with. Oh, you know what? You'll get a better measure of them next Sunday night. I think because they got to
Oh
play
yeah.
Philly, and you'll get a better measure of just how good they are.
And you know
Yeah.
what? Philly ain't no slouch, but they almost fucked up against the Cardinals.
No, but you know what? When they play the Cowboys, I think they may have taken the Cardinals lightly. Uh, but the Cardinals aren't going to be that bad forever. They probably could play a little better football now.
Nah.
But when Philly plays the Cowboys, I tell you, that's gonna be interesting.
Hey, hold on. Let's talk about Jalen Moore. He's actually progressing. How about that? That's the one that kind of stood out to me a little bit.
Yeah,
He's not doing terrible, but he's
not all game
learning
long.
and he's
He looked
learning
better.
quick.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't look bad
And
the whole game.
no, and that's why I'm like he's learning and he's catching on quick, which is nice. We need that. We need that kind of momentum. And then Aaron Banks, solid.
Ain't he?
Solid. Remember preseason he was getting mowed down left and right.
Yeah. Coaching. That coaching staff is
JG.
they're doing it. They're getting it done. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice too because JG finally has time. He finally, like, if you watch the Carolina Panthers game, you watched the game prior to that against the Rams, he had time, which was nice.
The Panthers' pass rush probably isn't quite as good as the Rams, but that's interesting because I thought, you know, they did a better job against the Rams than they did the Panthers. But let's just say Jalen Moore, he's going to improve. So we might be okay.
Yeah, and then
Jake Brindle.
I'm excited to see what Danny Gray's going on. That's for sure. Danny Gray, I'm excited to see everybody back. I mean, I've got hope, but then, like I said, can they keep this identity of this? I mean, because this is a new style of 49ers. It's different. You notice that? Like, we used to be so run heavy. We run here and there, but more or less it's like check downs, more passing, which is kind of nice. Like, it's different.
Rumor has it that Jimmy may have been caught calling audibles at the line of scrimmage. It hasn't been confirmed yet. Somebody said he did in the chat yesterday. Says, "What? Really? No, he didn't."
Hey,
so I'm still waiting to find out.
Hey, more power to him. If he keeps the ball rolling and we keep winning, he can call audibles all he fucking wants. He can call what's for dinner the next couple of weeks. I don't care. As long as he wins, you can let the man call the audible.
Yeah.
As long as he's not doing exactly how bad, Russell Wilson is in Denver, I don't care.
Here comes Patrick, my homeboy. We're going to go. You and Rome. I'll see you guys Wednesday. Let's see what the 49ers are doing. All right?
All right, Ronbo.
All right,
You have a good night.
You too, Steve. Okay, here, I'll read this because my homeboy says, you scared yet? Kelsey's best tight end. Are we coming for you? See, I have several people that will be waiting for Mr. Kelsey. One of them is Pro Bowler Fred Warner. I also trust guys like Dre Greenlaw. I've got Talanoa Hufanga running around out there. So you, Mr. Homeboy, need to know this. When you come down to check into the hotels in the Bay Area, know this. The welcoming committee will be waiting for you on that field. Kelsey is not having no 4 TD night against the dudes I know. Ain't going to happen. If that's all you got, you're in a heap of trouble, boy. Hey, K-boy.
You damn right, Ronbo. He ain't gonna have no night like he had tonight. That's a fact. They gonna feel this defense that we have for sure. I can't wait to that game in a couple of weeks.
That's what I was thinking.
We have
Pat Mahomes come in and talking that smack. I said, Travis Kelce, he's having a night, ain't he? if that's all they got, I got news for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they finna feel, and they gotta come to Frisco
Us.
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's over
Yeah.
with. They gotta come to Levi. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game, and it's gonna be a tough game, but I think we can pull it out.
I believe so too. And you know how bad the 49ers want to play
Mm-hmm.
that team? If there's adrenaline rushing, it's got to be for that game. 49ers, I bet you every last one of them
Yeah.
that played in that Super Bowl circled the calendar because I know Mosley was getting ready. I know he had it circled. Man, we got so many guys that want this. What? Oh,
Yeah.
let me go ahead, fam. Don't
That's
get me started on this.
you fine, Ronbo. I mean, that's the only thing that I'm worried about is these injuries. That's the only thing that's holding us back. I mean, we starting to get rolling a little bit, and I didn't get a chance to call last week in a couple of shows, but it was two things I was want to harp on because I wanted us to score at least 30 points against Carolina. We did that, and I knew for a fact that we were going to get a pick six. And I would have made them predictions if I would have had a chance to call in on those shows. But against Atlanta, we're going to get some turnovers against Atlanta, too. We at least going to get 1 or 2. We might get another pick six. And I'm going to be disappointed if we don't score 30 against them also. So,
they're missing some offensive weapons. I don't know if they're coming back
running
next
back.
week. And they got a couple of receivers, some of the better receivers, including Kyle Pitts. And they got one more, too. But anyway, but they gave Tom Brady and company hell. And from what I understand, I had a chance to watch that game yet. If it wasn't for a bad call, Tom.
Oh yeah, they
may have came up short.
They gave Tom Brady a lame ass roughing the passer call that it shouldn't be rough. That was just a normal sack, and I ain't seen more hard hitting quarterbacks that didn't get penalized better than that. Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. And they messed up. The refs really messed up them, giving them opportunity to come back to try to win that game at the end of yesterday. It was pitiful.
It worries me. It worries me though, because refs are going to make. They did it 2 days in a row. That Kansas City play, that was not. I don't want the Chiefs to win. No, I'm not a fan. But they got cheated on that play. That was not. Trying to. It was what they call it roughing the passer when you fall on top of them, right? That wasn't that. It was not.
Yeah, but he slinged them over he may be slung them over a little bit too hard, but like I say, he shouldn't have got penalized for that. That was just a normal hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So refs have trouble with some calls. Hit. They'll call them in and they'll have a talk. Sometimes they'll iron these things out early on, and we don't have to be bothered with it because if they call that against the 49ers, I'm going to have to go to a hospital afterward, I know, to be sedated because that really, every time I see that, remember that year that we played against the Saints and they called that on, what's that big dude we lost? They said he came down on top of Drew Brees and he did everything he could to avoid going down.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I said,
I remember
Ahmad
that
Brooks, Ronbo.
Ahmad, yeah, what?
Ahmad Brooks.
No, not Ahmad. The big dude we lost last year. Through the free agency.
I know we got that penalty one year when it was Ahmad Brooks. He got that.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Stretched out his neck.
But but I remember that. But I remember this last year, that big dude that just left us a couple of years ago, a couple of seasons back, that could squat like 5,000 pounds. Man, I said, come on, man, that wasn't no. Oh man. Anyway, worries me when refs make bad calls because we could be next.
Yeah. But since I didn't get a chance to call in yesterday, Ronbo, man, let me go and get my grades like I always do.
Go ahead, please.
I give the team overall an A-. And they could have had an A+, but the special team get an F. That's the only reason that brought it down. Everybody else played good. Special teams, I don't know what went wrong with special teams yesterday, but they need to get in the lab and fix that.
Man.
Yeah, ain't no way they should be.
Stop. Otherwise, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, and I was like, we had the game in control. I'm like, okay, we get this 3 and out beginning of the first half. Get them the second half. We can go and just, put the nail in the coffin on these boys. But they let them kind of stick around, so they was returning back kickoffs at the 50-yard line and stuff. So then Robbie Gold.
If it wasn't for Robbie, they would have scored 2 touchdowns. That was gone.
I know, right? Yeah, he sacrificed his body. Now we don't even know if he's gonna be available on Atlanta. We might not need him for Atlanta, but still, Robbie's he's a top 5 kicker in NFL in my opinion. We need him.
Leroy Phillips. It was Contavious Street. Thank you, Leroy. Contavious Street. Remember that against the?
It sure was.
Yeah, that was not a. Come on, man, ref. What are you doing?
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
Yeah, I hope they don't get in the way of these next two games. You know, I would like for us to be, 6-2 at the bye week. You know, but it is what it is. But
it would be nice.
we gotta stack. Yeah, we'll stack these victories, and we first place in NFC West, and that's the way, because I don't think nobody else is gonna make it out of the division. If we can just go through our division.
Wait, K-Boy,
we just don't have to win by 3 or 4 games.
Did you say there's not gonna be another team in our division to make it? Ooh!
Oh, they're making a play.
Rams. I believe he's talking to you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, everybody know we own the Rams. Man, we own them. We ain't worried about the Rams. If it's one team I worry about is Arizona more than anybody. I know, right? That's the one I always worry about.
Because that little dude is over there, and he's still,
But let me go on and let you go, Ronbo. I know other people want to call in. It's Victory Monday, but it is Raw. It's all Monday Night Raw too. So I'm pretty sure people are gonna try to nitpick and find something to be wrong about. But we got to blow out win. We finally got to blow out win.
As long as we win, that's fine. They can do that.
Yeah.
All right, fam.
Yeah, so.
I'll see. We'll see Wednesday then. See what's going on with the guys that they're going to examine. Because I'm pretty sure Nick's not going to make it back. Jimmy Ward is going to be out for a while. I don't know who they're going to be. Oh, Robbie. Robbie and Nick are who we're waiting for the final diagnosis on Wednesday. All right, K-Boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be looking at these injury reports. I'm a physical therapist, so I'm always interested in stuff like that to see, and see what the prognoses are and everything like that. So, but we'll holler at you, Ronbo.
Looking for you, fam. Have a great night, K-Boy.
All right. Yes, sir.
Okay, goes. Hey, Johnny Gunn.
Yeah, how you doing, Ronbo?
Johnny, I'm doing all right. Anytime we get in Monday, it gives you a good feeling. It's like you're eating donuts all week long. That sugar just hang around in your mouth. Pie it. I love it. I don't care. And then everybody's, y'all didn't beat nobody but the Panthers. I already got that from people I know personally, right? And y'all didn't beat nobody but the Panthers. Man, get up off it, man. Y'all ain't whooped nobody. Okay. The schedule is what it is. What am I going to do? What are we supposed to lose to them, make you feel better? Get off the phone.
You tell them, Ronbo, but it counts for a win.
Thank you.
We're sitting on top and we're looking down at the bottom. I don't see any Rams fans in here anywhere. It's not talking trash anymore. They kind of disappeared.
They did.
Ronbo, where
you
they
can't
at?
Find them. I wish I do. I put out an APB for them on Twitter. They won't talk to me. Even Rudy won't talk to me. Rudy, I love you, man.
Marketing pro, he's just gone. I ain't even starting about those Rams. Ronbo, once again, we don't call the injury bug. Robbie Gould, Mosley, and Nick Bosa. Man, I hope them guys he'll quit with Emmanuel. He's gone for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But Rhett's coming back. That's good news. You know what I mean?
So, we got depth there. I still like Ambry Thomas for what he looked like last year. If Verrett can't make it, I ain't going to feel bad about Ambry Thomas and Womack. They put him out there yesterday, and he didn't give up nothing. We have people to come in and take care of the void. Mosley's having a great year. They can't beat Mosley, but I'm not scared like I usually would be.
No, with that defense, man, so next man up, it's like, those guys feast off blood, man. They like sharks in the water, you know what I'm saying? Any of those guys would be good, Thomas or Womack.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? And Jimmy G did pretty good too, man. I like the way he showed his tough skills, man. Was hanging it in the pocket and throwing the ball around. He's definitely impressed me this week.
Yeah, I want to see him in another 3 weeks. He's still trying to get in the season. Actually, he's doing very good considering the fact, Jimmy, no preseason. Where's Jimmy Garoppolo? Yeah, he's over there. Wait, you look. If you look close, you can see a small figure bend under. That's Jimmy. He didn't have nothing to do with anything. Did he get a playbook?
Yeah.
Hell no, I didn't get a playbook. We ain't got playbooks to hand around like that.
But I want to see him in.
He's doing not too bad.
I want to see him in the real close games when it's down, to the fourth quarter.
Under pressure.
Let's see, can he over the hump? Can he get over the hump? That's what I want to see in him.
You know, though, as long those guys been together, as long as you got Debo and George out there, now you can say the same thing. Those guys been together so long now that I think that magic could be there now. I think they're ready to do this. They should have been ready to do it last year, but health issues as usual.
Right.
But let me see what happens this year. I agree.
Yes, exactly. Especially when you got Ayuk out there too, and the other
JJ.
guy, what's his name?
Juwan.
JJ.
Damn.
Yeah. Son Jennings, man, he's pretty good too. You know what I mean?
Did you see that run? You say he refused. He refused to go
man,
down.
Nobody can get him down, man. Refused to go down. I was like, oh my man, I thought he was running end zone at one time.
I did too.
Like, man,
that boy's born to be a yak master. All of them are like that.
Man.
Jawan, George, Debo. Ayuk is finesse, but he's still he ain't no wussy though. So.
No, never that. And I'm getting frustrated with the offensive line too. They hold every time somebody scores. They gotta stop doing it.
George had that touchdown. I know.
Touchdown. Yeah, get a touchdown call back, and you got to do it over again. You know, just don't hold at the goal line.
You know, if you go hold anytime. But McGlinchey was on his way down the field block because Jimmy went back and double shifted back there, and McGlinchey anticipated the ball was on its way out of his hand, but Jimmy was looking for a better angle to throw from, and he found George, but McGlinchey's already getting flagged.
Right. Somebody held when you got that 2-point conversion too. Somebody held on that play.
And they didn't see that, right? So you know,
right. We just got to clean that up and a few more things, and we're gonna be a pretty good team this year, man. I ain't worrying about that. I ain't worrying about the cheese.
About 2 to 3 weeks, they should look sharp. Every team in the NFL looks sharp in about 2 or 3 weeks, but I mean, because you're getting up into the season, and you should look a little better by that time. So we'll see.
Right, exactly. And Jeffrey Wilson, he looked good too. He can ball out.
If he can just stay healthy, though, fam, he runs like he weighs 240, but Jeffrey's just tough.
Yeah, he's tough, man. He's built for it tough.
Spell him, Kyle. Put TC in the game. You know, Elijah Mitchell comes back. Alternate. Oh, if we could make it to week 17 with all those running backs.
Yeah. Man. And, you know, it's just that, you know, the 49ers, man, is doing good. Just keep it one game at a time. And we got the Falcons next. So, you know, we got to play them tough. You know what I mean? They almost beat Tampa Bay.
Yep. So every team, they're professionals. Can't take not any team lightly. No. Oh.
None.
But the 49ers never do. I don't think the players ever do. They better not.
Right.
All right, fam. Tell you what, we'll be back Wednesday. We'll wait and see what the diagnosis is on both Nick and I'm pretty sure Robbie ain't coming back. We'll see. All right, fam. Great to hear from you. See you Wednesday.
All right. See you, man. Have a good night.
You too. Night, fam. Hey, yo, T-Flow. I'm sorry. Hey, Godzilla says, just seen a video of Devontae Adams pushing a cameraman down. Charges incoming, question mark. Oh, hell yeah. If you saw it, a lot of people saw it, and the commissioner said, I don't play that. He knows I don't play that. Get Devontae's people on the phone and tell them how much they're going to owe. And I tell you right now, it's going to be in excess of $150,000 and a game suspension. I'm not putting up with that. You know how they do, you know. T-Flow and Allie.
Hola, hola.
What's up, Ronbo?
Allie. How y'all doing tonight? It's Victory Monday.
Oh, yeah, victory money, and the Raiders lost.
Hey, T-Flow, I'm glad you pointed it out. That adds an exclamation point to it, doesn't it? And you know what? They lost to a Kansas City team that did not look like all that. You know, so
nope.
that was a fun thing for us to watch.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was good. I liked it. You know, now it's just all about see if our offense can be consistent next week, because there was a really good offense that we did yesterday.
A couple of mistakes, but you know, they iron those out, and that'll come a little
more
but practice.
We're not going to be perfect. We're not going to be perfect,
ever.
But hopefully we can learn from those mistakes. That's about it. Don't throw it a triple coverage. Stop throwing it up the middle when there's double, triple coverage. That's the main thing Jimmy has to learn how to do.
Jimmy really
Kyle,
he can do that too. It really scares me when he does that. But I was talking more about Debo dropping the ball, which is uncharacteristic of him. George Kittle getting fumbled. George, you got a fumble,
really
George?
that uncharacteristic. With Debo, it's not uncharacteristic because ever since he's been in the league, he always drops balls once in a while.
So
that's not uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
The one thing with Kittle is that you have to learn how to protect the ball at all times, especially when you're always trying to break tackles. Whenever you got to break tackles, you must protect the ball. Everybody knows that since you're playing peewees, you're supposed to protect the ball when you're trying to go for extra yards.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like, you know what? I want Jimmy to play more like a veteran. Like read the film, like read that little iPad when you're not playing the game, where they're literally covering up the middle. So like make an adjustment. You're supposed to. You're a veteran. Make an adjustment. Try not to throw up the middle when they're shooting for the middle. Like that's why we had all those.
T-Flow, you never. That's not gonna. You ever watch the replays? That Kyle believes in that. Those are timed routes. They're effective if they're done right. Normally,
if they're done right, when the opposing team, but when the opposing team is going for that, do what he did and start throwing swing passes to Juice. Start putting the running backs in the passing game.
Yeah,
make adjustments, Kyle, because everybody knows, even the whole faithful knows, we're going up the middle. Literally, we're going up the middle. So make an adjustment, like. When you see those iPads, you can see the safeties shooting down to the gap. The linebackers are covering the middle because they know it's time routes. You know, like
and they do, but they also got to be able to cover the route. Now, if they could actually get into the route, because George runs very good routes now. Debo's not running good routes. He's just really bullying his defender. But Debo comes across the middle. It's usually timed when there's nobody there. With George, if you notice the slow-mo, it was like incredible. The defender's like only a step about. There's one behind George that's ahead of him, and the other defender that's got to be the one that gets used is a step in front. And Garoppolo puts that ball right in the spot, and that's crazy. But that works probably 70% of the time, actually, which amazes me. But I don't like it either. And honestly, it scares the crap out of me.
It scares the crap out of everybody every time Jimmy throws the ball up the middle, because that's where he's known for throwing mistakes. He's throwing it right into wide open linebackers because they're covering the routes, or the safety because they're literally jumping the routes. But other than that, like, Kyle needs to step on his A game again on his offense, because somehow you got Robert Saleh has a better offense than the Niners. They're ranked number 12.
Are they really?
And so. Yeah, they're ranked number 12. I didn't believe until I looked at it, so they got to do it. And they got Miami. Miami starting to go downhill ever since they lost Tua. But still, like, Kyle has the weapons. He has the running game. He has the wide receivers. He has the tight end. He has the fullback. Keep on utilizing.
Been together for a long time.
And did you notice when Jeffrey Wilson had another back to let him rest?
Yeah.
He played.
Came out, he's fresher, stronger, wasn't he? Yes. Thank you, Kyle.
He's not all beat up and tired by the third, fourth quarter. So, Kyle, come on. We have running back. Put in Jordan Mason when you're doing a dive, when you're going through the in between the tackles, because Coleman is not that guy. Coleman is outside the tackles. Because we saw what he did in the passing game, and not only that, like the swings, the tosses, he dominates it. He's a change of pace back. Yeah. But you can't use that change of pace back to go up the middle, especially him being that light. Put in. Let's see what Mason can do, because he did one carry for 7 yards. Let's see and that was was that in the rain? Was that in the rain?
Who are you talking about now? Oh, you talking about Jordan?
Mason. Yeah. I don't know if that was in the rain when he did it, but 1 carry, 7 yards.
We haven't
and you don't give him no carries after that.
That was week 1. Yeah, we haven't seen him since.
So keep on rotating the back so it's fresh, and Kyle does that. Defense still plays the way they're playing. We got to see what Ambry or Womack can do. But the defense, I'm not too worried about the defense. I just want the offense, because we know Kansas City's going to put up points. And we have to put up points as well.
The Raiders screwed up a number of occasions. There's no way in hell that Travis Kelce was supposed to get 4 touchdowns today. No, I don't. He's good,
I
yeah,
knew
but
that because
4
you know what?
touchdowns. Raiders defense.
See, but we know that because Andy Reid always gives the stars the ball, always. And if you can't cover that star, Calvin's going to eat you up. So basically, our linebackers and safeties, they got work to do because
T-Flow,
if we can't cover Kelce, and not only that, Mahomes.
Who you got back there? You got Pro Bowl Fred Warner. You got Talanoa Hufanga, who may be in the Pro Bowl. You got Dre Greenlaw, who's looking like
you want to know what they're saying too?
You know, yeah.
Want to know what they're probably saying? We got Pro Bowl All-Pro Kelce, and we got an All-Pro Patrick Mahomes.
That's right? Why at the best you can call right now.
That's what it is.
Is stalemate. They got no advantage.
That's what it is.
It's whoever blinks first.
Whoever blinks first, and basically, we supposedly have an all-pro tight end as well, so hopefully he gets more into the game. Hopefully he's more in football shape. And I want to see him get into action because we have tight ends that can block. We got Charlie Warner that can block.
T-Flow, we're having too much. We're having too much fun. We got to go. I didn't see the clock. It ticked out on us. You and Allie, y'all have a great night. Let me give you that holler out. You ready?
Let's get a little Niner shout out, Ronbo.
Niner! T-Flow and Allie. Y'all have a great night. I'll see you Wednesday.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
All right, Ronbo, have a good night.
Bye-bye. Tony. And Jalen. Come on in, Jalen. Jalen, man, I'm sitting back here with talking. This is trash talking Monday because it's Victor, you know what I'm saying?
It's Monday Night Raw, right, Ronbo?
Yeah.
It is Monday Night Raw, right, Ronbo?
It is
There might be kids in here, but damn. Them fucking Rams, them fucking Cardinals, and them Seahawks. I think we might be the next NFC North because, God, Ronbo, I don't think anybody else from my division making the playoffs. I think it's just going to be a one-team thing.
You know, because
I
automatically discount the Hawks. I'm not sure about the Cardinals just yet, Jalen.
No, I can't. I don't think Kyler's gonna be able to stay together all season.
Yeah, that's right. He will get beat up in a minute.
And you got to remember they play the same schedule as us, so they got to play So I mean, nah.
You're right.
I'm not worried about them.
They got to go through the AFC.
I'm not really worried about them. But the Saints, I feel like that could be a tough game that we got in the future. I feel like they could be battling for a spot in the playoffs. So they might be playing us. That might be a tough game.
Who's going to quarterback for the Saints, though? Is Jameis back?
Nah. I mean, by then, I think he'd be back.
Who came back and got the Hawks yesterday?
It was Andy Dalton and Taysom.
Taysom's back out there? Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, Ron, but they put up 39. Taysom Hill and Andy Dalton put up 39 on the Seahawks. So that's what I'm talking about. This is our division now. Yeah, like this is our division now.
Yeah.
You got Andy Dalton putting up 39 on Cardinals can't stop a cold. Rams got beat by what's his name?
I know,
what's
right?
the backup quarterback for the?
Wait.
No, I'm serious. I don't know.
I know. Let me think. Cowboys. Cooper Rush.
Yeah. So, Rams, y'all suck.
But see, the Cowboys treated them the same way we did. They beat Stafford's butt. Boy, they beat him every which way but loose. And they nailed him into the ground a couple of times. You could hit a hammer pounding down on him. That was scary. I love it.
Elijah Mitchell be back by
Jalen?
No, I said, do you think Elijah?
Oh, because I lost the connection for a second. Oh, do I think Elijah Mitchell will be back? I give him another 2 weeks. No. That's right. He had no, maybe not for another. He may not be back till about week 8. I forgot what that injury he had.
Is that right? Is that when we play Kansas City or is that the Rams?
No, we play Rams at the end of this month. Kansas City. Wait a minute. You know what? The last 2 weeks of this month. Wait a minute. What's that? We got next week. It's the Falcons. Who's it after that? Isn't it Kansas City time?
It's
Or
the
is it the
Chiefs.
Rams?
Yeah, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah. So yeah. You know what? I'm not worried about. I just need Trent Williams back. Yeah. Everybody else can cover.
I can't believe that Jimmy Ward broke his hand. That's the worst luck to have in the first place.
Man, he had gotten rid of that bad luck. I
Good
thought.
thing Gibson been playing good though. So I mean, I don't think it'll be much of a drop off, but it definitely was nice to have him back.
Mm-hmm. For a couple of minutes. So, he'll probably be back at the end of the season because you can wrap that. As a defender, he doesn't need to have that hand as long as the doctor says you can't hurt it if you just wrap it up. You can't bang it like that again. But, yeah, he'll be back.
I hope that don't compromise him and when it comes to catching picks though, because I don't need him to be a clutch interception that he can catch.
That's right. Yeah, Jalen, you're right. Damn. He might not be back until week 12 then, It's really hard call to make. Poor Dub. First play, too. First play they got hurt.
The offense looked really good, though, Ronbo. The offense, I like seeing Jimmy roll out the play action fake when he's rolling out. I like to see it. I want to see more end arounds. Stop the jet sweeps. I want to see more of the end arounds, like Debo's rookie year. I want to see more of the end around stuff.
And give me a little shotgun on occasion, and keep them rollouts so that play action going. Kyle, for some reason, he decided last year, I'm gonna keep him under center. I ain't gonna change nothing. Okay, well, how's that working for us, Kyle? Damn, jeez, that ain't cool. And you can see it ain't. Change it. You're supposed to be the genius. Come on, man. So we'll find out. Jalen, what else? Yeah, Jalen, did we lose his connection? Oh, no. All right. Hey, let's go check on Tony. Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, Tony. Let me address Patrick, my homeboy, he's throwing out little digs now that his team escaped the Raiders. He says Kittle fumbles while Kelsey scores 4 TDs. Tony, you and I both know, and I can bet right now, and I would bet any amount of money, Travis Kelsey does not get 4 TDs on the 49ers defense. My homeboy has become delusional, and he's drinking real cheap liquor, apparently, because I don't know where he'd get that idea. I mean, seriously?
I know one thing. I remember telling you at the beginning of the year that Jeff Wilson Jr. and Juwan Jennings were the most underrated 49er players in the team.
Good call.
But I don't want Jimmy Ward back until he's 120%, or Jason Verrett. I don't want both of those guys on the field until they're actually 150% ready, because I think I'd rather have those two guys around at the pointy end of the season than get them re-injured again and lose them for the rest of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you're going into the playoff situation, you want those guys there for all their experience, which is going to come in handy for the postseason.
That's
play.
right.
Yeah. And
I think we've got the Chargers mixed in there somewhere before we play the Chiefs, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Well, the Chargers have lost Joey Bosa, and didn't they squeak by, or did they lose? They don't look as potent as they did. In fact, all the AFC West teams don't look nearly as scary as they did on the schedule when it was made.
No, but my heart goes out to E, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he was on fire,
wasn't he?
That boy.
Oh, God, he was doing well.
But I think we could cover. I think we've got the depth to cover until he comes back.
Yeah.
So we've got. I want some of the O-line back before we play the Chiefs, because I can't wait for that game. I really just cannot wait for that game.
We're not as scared either. We need Trent Williams back for sure. And that's all I'm talking about. The rest of the guys, as long as they stay healthy, that's all it's going to take.
Because everyone's like, we've seen what happened for 3.5 quarters in the Super Bowl, Ronbo, and all these commentators, and they keep pissing in bloody Kermit the Frog's pocket, and he's this and he's that. I want to see him running for his life again. I want to see what he looks like under a good attack. You know what I mean?
And Tony, the best thing
see,
is those officials won't be the same as they were in the Super Bowl. They'll make the calls this time.
Well, let's hope. And eight different receivers again. You know what I mean? I like that, and I also liked how Kyle included Juszczyk in the game again. I think he's a pivotal part of this team, and I don't think he gets the ball enough.
And it took. I don't wonder if Kyle is yielding to the pressure he's getting from around him about not getting the ball to Juice more often. Juice is running that ball down the sideline like that. He does that all the time. Give him the damn ball, Kyle. Give it to him.
Exactly.
Oh.
He's running it like an absolute maniac.
I mean, get all the stuff. I mean, Juice was jamming. I was whoa. And he's a tough guy.
But
so you're not going to bring him down easy.
It's good to, like we were saying the other day, that if they keep doing this, so they keep using 8, 7, 8, 6 different receivers, people getting the ball, they're going to go very, very far. And that creates the confusion on the opposition team because they don't know who Jimmy's going to throw it to next.
And the defense can't plan properly. Not enough.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's a pivotal part of the game.
And Tony, with no Tyreek Hill, the Kansas City offense is very vulnerable. We saw that today. Mahomes and that other speedster have not chemically connected yet. And he's got Travis Kelce. That's all we got to be concerned with. Well, that's going to be an interesting game because the Raiders are just
I
strange.
think we can take care of him. We've got plenty of dudes that can smack him in the teeth, put it that way.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. 4 TDs, no way that's going to happen. Actually, the Raiders would have won that game had they not lost Waller, I'm pretty sure, actually.
Yeah. Our linebackers are playing out of their skin. You got Talanoa Funga there running around the back.
Mr. Anticipation. Tony, that's better than skills. Having being that intuitive on that football field, that is like, oh my God, that's worth a lot. Woo, God.
Yeah, our secondary this year, and the rest of the guys around there have made the biggest difference to this team.
Damn.
And that's why I don't care which speedster Kansas City have got. I just cannot wait for that game.
We've only got one that Mahomes seems to be able to connect with, and they're in a lot of trouble. He's been together for years. I don't understand why, because he's probably always throwing to Tyreek. Tony, we're going to run our clock. I'll be back Wednesday looking for you, and you know this, all right?
No worries, Ronbo. Shout out to everybody, and see you in the next chapter, brother.
Looking forward to it, Tony. Are you rolling?
Yeah, mate.
All right. There it is. Tony. Looking forward to Wednesday. There it is. Have a great day, T.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. And Isaiah, here's the reason why. I don't know what you're laughing about. Comparing Travis Kelce and George Kittle. I mean, here's the thing. George Kittle does way, way, way more on the field than Travis Kelce does. George Kittle he affects every aspect of the offense. Can you say the same thing about Travis Kelce? And on a given year, if we use George Kelce like you use Travis Kelce, he will beat Kelce every time. That's why. So keep putting up the little laughing emojis, which shows your ignorance, because we love it. Hey, you want some Latino heat? What? Oh, Mr. Black Ice. I hope those injuries of ours ain't serious. One of them is. We already know. E-Man's probably gone. But I will say that the damn turf BS, I know, right? That needs to go. We've been getting hurt left and right because of that. And every year, Mr. Black Ice, where was I now? Mr. Black Eyes, thanks for the contribution. You want some Latino heat? Mamacita. Boom. Latino heat. Latino heat. Latino heat. ¿Qué pasó, loco?
¿Qué pasa?
Emilio.
First off, look at here, Texas Mahomo,
I know,
boy,
right?
whatever you want to call
What is he
yourself.
talking about?
Just stop it, dude. Just stop. And if you get 4 touchdowns on our defense, we need to throw away our whole defense.
We do. We really
There's
do.
no way that's finna happen. It's not finna happen, dude. Stop. The Raiders
ain't
are
no
stupid
chance.
for not going for that field goal. If it wasn't a field goal, we would have been crying to your mama. Tell me, oh man, we did all that. We couldn't win the game. So just stop it, dude. Just stop.
I still don't know how they're losing, Emilio. I got Waller and Adams, but Waller was out. But you know what? That's too much. I don't know how they lost that. How they been losing all these games? That is strange.
It's the same old Raiders. No matter who you support, you know what? You honestly, you know what their problem is? Is Derek Carr. Once they get rid of Derek Carr, they'll be all right. That's the number one problem. It's Carr. You can't blame it all on him, but they need a new quarterback there.
But I don't know what that play was. What was he doing throwing the ball? You got 4th and 1. Get the 1, fool.
Yeah. So, you know, they got good receivers. They got a good run game. They just need a new quarterback. That's been their problem for years. The only reason they're playing Carr is because they didn't pay them too much money.
Yeah.
Once they give them, they'll be a better team. They thought it was going to change if they got Devontae. It would have changed. You just need a better quarterback. That's all. Once they get that, I think, honestly, the Raiders would be a team not to mess. Honestly, if they get a better quarterback, the Raiders will be a team not to mess with.
Because
they just one step away.
Good defensive line. They got. What else do you need?
Yeah, they got everything. They got everything. It's just the quarterback. You change one thing, maybe a whole different team.
Well,
I
don't know if you got all. Yesterday we talked about something else because that's what we do. Emilio and I talk about anything and everything. Emilio, your feeling on the 49ers though, and the grades. I bet we agree on the special teams. If they do that again, I want somebody fired. Come on, man. You guys I got my kicker making 2 times in a row. That was 2 touchdowns.
That's a hiccup. You know, it's always somebody messing up. If we look back, you know, we look back to the Broncos game. You can blame that on Shanahan and Jimmy. It's always, you know, not one team is perfect. So I'm not blaming too much on the special teams. Now, if we would have, what's his name, Howard from last year, what was it? What was the defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator last year? Was it Howard or Towers, whatever his name?
He got fired. Yeah.
Then I would blame it on them. That's just the first time. You're always going to have one hiccup. You eventually we are going to come up with the defense. You're going to play like boo-boo. It's not happening. It always happens. Not everybody's going to play a perfect game. So we're just hoping it's not when you really need it to count and the defense falls apart. It will happen. It happens to the offense. It happens to the defense. You know, it happens to everybody.
Everybody
all
takes
that
a
matters
turn.
is that you just
they got to stop taking turns.
You just need to fix it
and get this ironed out. You know what? It's week 5. Okay, we let it ride. I just didn't appreciate Robbie getting hurt. If Robbie would have got hurt, I'd have said, well, okay, but y'all got to get better than that. But Robbie got hurt. Now I'm mad as hell.
That's not the first time. That's not the first time Robbie Gordon got hurt.
Well, I mean, I don't want him getting hurt making a tackle. That pull muscle situation, okay, he's trying to kick and he hurt himself. But I got Robbie out there making tackles because the rest of the athletes in front of him can't do it? Oh, no.
It was mistakes by the special teams. It happens. It's not, you know, it sucks that we end up getting injuries, but it just stuff like that happens. There's nothing you can avoid. You got to look at it. It's football. It doesn't matter what position you play. You eventually will get hurt one way or another. You know, sometimes we get the short end of the stick. A lot of our players are hurt, but that's what happens when you try to play tough. You want to make sure you win. You got to, you know, execute. Stuff like that happens.
Yeah, can't avoid it.
Yeah.
And then we lose Emmanuel.
You don't want it to happen.
Having
Don't play
the best
football.
year of his life.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Yeah, you look at Mosley, like, man, you didn't want it to happen, and you can make excuses why it happened, why it shouldn't have happened, but
it's football.
Stuff like that happens. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
The only good thing about us is that we do have depth in that position. So it won't hurt us that bad, but it's just, you got to realize it's a positive and a negative that he got hurt. One, because I know if he would have kept balling out, we wouldn't have been able to keep him because he's gonna want
There's
his
one way
money.
to look at it.
That's his only. So he will come back and say, you know what, I'm gonna get a prove-it deal. So it kind of sucks that he got hurt. Of course, we want every player to get his money, but at this point, well, I'm sorry it happened, buddy, but you're gonna come back to the Niners and you're gonna want to play and have that prove-it deal. So there's positives and negatives to look at it.
Only loaded with incentives.
We have a lot of.
So big that
So,
if he beats
yeah,
them
so-
all, that he gets a big payday when he gets back.
You
and then
know,
make him a new contract following that.
because the 49 will figure it out, and you know, the GM and all them, and we'll figure out, like, you know what, if you do this, we'll pay you. Other than that,
Listen,
come back to it.
Go out there and get it. You know, we gonna go and look for Wednesday to find out, so I can get extra mad when they say Robbie won't be able to make it. We got a new kicker, and you know, every time we get a new kicker, what happens?
That
right?
might happen,
Yeah.
but the thing I heard with Bosa, I think Bosa might. They say he should come back on Sunday because it was just
Strain.
because I guess he knows his body, so it's just like a, you know.
Let him rest.
So they said he I know rest, but
Yeah.
it's you kind of got to look at the Falcons. They do put up points. We kind of
But
do
the thing
him.
is, we got so many guys that position. We can afford that one next week.
No,
better
we
go though, fam,
do.
before
We
get cut off.
do, but yes.
All right.
All right.
See
You have a
Wednesday,
good
man.
night.
You too. That'll be
All right.
you.
All right, good night.
And Road
Keep my heat
Ashley
out.
Music.
All right.
Night, fam. Road Ashley Music says Niners can take the Chiefs. Mahomes gonna be running for his life. Damn right, boy. I tell you what, that game's you gotta get an inspired group of the 49ers too. Yeah, here you come. Hey Patrick, man, y'all got away last time, didn't you? Yeah, things have changed since then. Let's play. Howard! Hoof, 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 hoof. Howard, you know how we had to be short and sweet yesterday. Let's talk a little bit more today, and let me listen this time. By the way, what's happening, man? What do you think? After going through all the info, I'm still mad as head of special teams. Emilio tried to calm me down, but I'm still mad at him. I got my kicker out there. What was Robbie? 30-something years, nearly 40 years old, if not. I got them young studs out in front of them. They can't make the stop. I got Robbie coming over trying to lean into the runner. I said, boy, excuse me, I'm not the special team coach. They'd hate me. Let me tell y'all one thing. Listen, fellas, here's the thing. You see what happened to Robbie? That was your fault. You realize that, don't you? No, I know about the team thing. I need for you to take care of business. Robbie should be walking off the field after he kicks the ball, not coming out there to save your ass. Oh, I'd be terrible. They'd hate me.
Yeah, you old school.
I'm damn right. I'd have it. So you guys, for those guys that are slow, why would it take them lap the field about 20 times? Damn, I'd be mad. But Howard, other than that, give me some observations today.
Well, man, I'm just enamored by this defense. Like, I love it. Like, I mean, literally, we could literally compare this. I know it's only 5 games. We could literally compare this defense to the 85 Bears and the old 2000 Ravens.
Did we get carried away?
We get carried away. I mean, just for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just for a little bit. Now, we're only giving up 12 points a game. Bears and then in 85 gave up 10, and the Ravens gave up 12 and a half. So we're right there.
Mm-hmm.
We're right there.
Mm-hmm.
If we could somehow maintain that defensively, that would be awesome. Because they did that, and they did it great. So let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm. And it's sustainability. Now, like you're saying, those teams you just mentioned did that through the course of a season. Like you're saying, though, we need to pump the brakes a little bit. We're in week 5. But they just look right now, they've got the makings of a really tough defense.
Right. Exactly. And, you know, they haven't shown any glimpses of, this is just, this is just a front, like, got lucky, whatever.
Playing weak
like
teams. Like everybody I know is trying to call. Oh, well, man, y'all be tripping, man. Y'all get excited over the damnedest things. Y'all ain't played nobody. Every time, we ain't played nobody. We played on who we played on the schedule, okay? Uh,
Yeah. I'll say this. I'm gonna say this because I know a lot of fans were very skeptical about Javarius Ward getting all that money.
he's doing a good job, though.
I mean, I wasn't. I immediately was like, oh, I like him. Yes, this is great. Just look at his percentages. Look at his ratings.
Mm-hmm.
He's done great. Everybody's so worried about interceptions. It's like, dude, who cares? If he can cover receivers, he can cover receivers. That's his job.
He'll get an INT sooner or later. I see that coming. I bet he does.
Yeah, but even if he doesn't, I don't even care.
Yeah,
he had 4 pass deflections yesterday.
Right? Just stop that guy
4
on the other side of the field. That's the main thing. You're right.
4.
Agreed.
He stopped a touchdown for Christ's sakes.
In pretty fashion.
Yes, he just went up with the ball, put his hand right between his hands, and he just lodged it out. It's simple.
Howard, truth be told, they need him in Kansas City right now. Them guys, them rookies they got back there in Kansas City secondary, that's going to hurt them at some point within the days ahead. Badly.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They might get better like Ambry did. You know what I'm saying? We'll see.
But Tavares ain't that old. They just didn't want to pay him. I think he was a cap casualty.
Yeah, he definitely was a cap casualty. They had a lot of guys they had to keep. Chris Jones especially. You know what I'm saying? So
they had to make a choice.
They definitely had to keep him. Yeah. That's why Tyreek left. They couldn't pay him either.
Yeah, couldn't pay him either, right?
Yeah, so we might as well just say, hey, let's go get other guys and just, work with that. So, but yeah, man, like
we lost a couple too.
Everybody, so. I hope everybody apologizes to Javarius Ward. Everybody who was talking shit about
him getting overpaid. That's what I heard the most of.
Yeah, it's like really? Like I never heard no thing like that. Like, do you even watch him play?
The fact is, man, fam, you gotta pay to play. The Rams have taken that concept too far, but mostly you need a couple of guys that are just they gotta be ringers. You got Javarius is that for us. Our secondary was our weakest spot. We now are no longer in that position. Javarius took care of that.
Doesn't it seem odd that ever since he came into this team, the whole secondary looked like a whole nother level?
Absolutely. I mean, quarterbacks looking downfield. They can't let the ball go. Here come that defense. That dude, P.J. Walker, I thought the 49ers were going to break him in two. Did you see them smack him to the ground? It was a jolt again. I felt that jerk when they hit. Damn! They hit him straight up square. And he's getting up. Oh! I was impressed with that.
He's tough, man. He's tough. I like P.J. Walker, though. He's tough.
Damn.
The tough guy, man. Tougher than Baker, I tell you.
Man, we gonna roll. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be looking at you Wednesday. I can't wait to see. If I hear Robbie's gonna be fine, I'm gonna be so happy. But I know that ain't gonna happen. Nick Bosa, I could rest him a week. Well, our defense is too deep.
Yeah, the defense they ain't missed a beat when he left. So you know what I mean.
They got tougher.
Ebicom and Drake Jackson stepping up. You know what I'm saying? And Charles Amena.
I like that. Let that stick. Howard, see you Wednesday, fam.
All right, fam. Hi, big dog.
Looking for you, fam.
Peace.
Peace. Big win out there. This big truck making them big bucks. Well.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Big win. Hey, wait, you raking any cash this weekend about that spread? We was only supposed to beat them by 6.
Yeah, but I didn't even bet on it. But my score was close, though. I had 31-13. It was 37-15, so I was close.
Yeah, you was. Did we record Big Win? Because Ellis was 1 point below 14. So big win. You should went ahead and bet
Big
on that
game,
one.
though.
You know what I'm saying? Because that spread, Vegas took a bath on that.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for the 30th, man.
What we got going on 30?
When I
Rams
go down-
again?
Levi South, baby. You know where I'm going.
I said Rams at the end of the month again. They're all mad. The fans run around talking trash. So, yeah, y'all won the first one. I'll win the second one too.
Yeah.
Y'all know one thing.
I wanted to go to the city game, but they talking too crazy for them tickets down there, man. It's ridiculous. So
Well, you know,
I
because
figure I just
they know that most of
going down south.
when they know most of the people buying the tickets ain't from L.A. They're gonna treat them like tourists.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly what Jack up like that.
Woo!
Them fans gonna be coming out there buying all them tickets up. You know they want to see them beat us anyway. But it ain't gonna happen.
Damn.
It ain't gonna happen.
They
We
had
gonna
more
still get
cowboys
'em.
sitting in them seats than I seen in all the cowboy western movies I've ever seen in my life. And you know I watched a lot of westerns. God, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, I say Bosa got hurt, man. We need
Damn it.
Bosa for Kansas City, man.
I know.
Oh my God. I hope it ain't too bad though, where he'll be able to come back. You know?
Well, they're actually hinting toward he might be back this week. It's pretty much a strain. I just assume they not play him, let him rest another week because he seems to heal quickly, especially if it ain't serious, and let him wait a couple of weeks.
Yeah, because we definitely want to have him. We would definitely want to have him for that Ram game.
Yeah, because we play the Falcons next week, so Ebicom and the guys.
Oh, they can rest. They can rest on the Falcons.
Yeah,
Rest him on the Falcons, and then have him for the Kansas City game, and we good.
yeah. Let the Drake. I mean, let Drake handle things this week. Let him get some burn, because if he re-injures that out there unnecessarily, oh man, we gonna think, oh no, he got hurt. He could have healed up and got a little stronger between now and next week too. Anyway, we'll see what they think. Can't take the Falcons
All right,
seriously.
Ronbo.
You gotta take the Falcons. You gotta take the Falcons seriously though. Anytime you start, because they beat us. Remember they came to Levi's that year, and everybody looked past them, and they handed us an L.
Yes, sir. I remember. I was there.
You was watching that, right? So I said, ain't no games gonna be easy. Just no, but you got to be careful.
Yeah. So what did they say about Robbie Gould, man? Is he gonna be out or he gonna be what? They haven't said nothing yet.
He'll get re-examined Wednesday, and they'll make a decision. Him and Nick.
Very good. He might. So what got hurt on him? I saw him he took a vicious hit, but
they hit
I was
Robbie.
like, man,
Robbie
why-
leaned his shoulder to the dude and came back with a knee injury. He's not. That's not a man who's supposed to be out there making tackles. I got all them dudes out in front of him, and they can't make the play. Oh,
should have never even got to him, man.
right?
You know what I'm saying? So,
God.
but at least he stopped him. You know,
It was a touchdown. Otherwise, Robbie stopped 2 touchdowns. Win? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, no.
Mhm.
That's 14 points.
Yep.
Niners. Oh.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you go, Rob. I gotta get on this road.
All right, big win.
Chase this. You know what I'm saying? So, we will holler at you on the next one. Will you come back Wednesday?
Be back Wednesday with that diagnosis on Robbie and Nick. All right, fam. Appreciate you. Have a great night.
Okay, man. Love, peace, hair grease. We'll holler.
Oh, I tell you, I love my truckers. Night win.
Good night, man.
Night, fam. Hey, Road Ashley says, I can't wait to see 49ers Yak Boys put up yards against KC secondary. IU, Debo, Kittle, and welcome the newest member to the Bash Gang, Jay. Juwan, you boy, look at you. Whoa. I wonder if Kyle, when they drafted me, did they know he was a caveman too? Oh, I love it. 561. Who is this in Florida?
It's Ronbo, man. It's the Iceman.
Ice is still rolling incognito. That's Ice. Got to tell production.
Nah.
Ice, you and Nina, how y'all doing tonight? Uh-oh. Did we lose Ice? Ice.
Yeah,
There
no,
he
I
is. There
said
he
I
is. There
had
he
you
is.
on two phones. Yeah, I said I had you on two phones. I wanted to see which one you were going to answer first.
Brilliant. I like that, Ice.
Hey, double the pleasure, man.
Well, Ice, I tell you, well, we're looking at because we had to be short and brief yesterday. But Ice, you want to expand upon what you were talking about yesterday as far as the 49ers? Any things you want to point out?
Yeah. You know what? I like where we're at. I think people got to forget this is a marathon, not a sprint. I like the fact that I don't think Bosa is going to play the next game, which is a good thing because we really don't. For this game here, it's not really necessary for them to be there. Falcons are not that good. They're not going to have two key offensive players that's not going to be there, which is Pittman and the other guy.
Wide receiver.
I think, yeah, right. The running back, what's his name? I forget his name.
Oh,
right.
I want to talk about Cordero. Cordero Patterson. Yeah.
Cordero Patterson.
I forgot about Cordero. That's a weapon. That's a huge
Cordero
weapon.
Patterson and Pitts. Those are two key offensive weapons that he's not going to have. Mariota's never been around a defense that's going to play a defense that's just very highly skilled at all positions and a great defensive coordinator. We're great at the back end still. We have no hiccups still, even though we did lose two guys. It's next man up. Tavarius Ward and Fungus back there still, so I'm not really that concerned with them passing the ball. He's not going to have the kind of time he had against the Bucks. He's not going to have that kind of time to pass at all.
I was gonna watch that tomorrow.
And the Bucks are not, and people forget, Bucks aren't that good. They're just not. They're good at people.
Everybody said that at the beginning of the season too. Yeah, as long as Brady's running around out there, it's like that junkyard dog. He may have been there for 20 years, but ain't nobody jumping over that fence.
It's basically Tom Brady and the wideouts, and it's just not the same chemistry it was when he first got there.
Yeah,
pretty much average. Plus, a lot of teams are not scared of that shit. To me, I think these 3 games are important because it takes us to the second half of the season.
Yeah, and
if we can win these next 3 games, right? And if we can then win these next 3 games and turn out to be 6-2 at the second half of the season, we're in the driver's seat. Because then we only got to play our conference rivals. We only got 4 more conference games. So,
that's
3,
right.
I think. 3. So, right, we only got 3 conference games after that.
Yeah, because we already played the Hawks once, played the Rams once. You're right. That's right. We haven't played the Cardinals yet.
We'll be in the driver's seat as far as the conference division is concerned. I think the Kansas City game is one of the most important games for this first half of the season. Forget all the other games. The Rams game was important, but this game is even more important. Because if we beat these dudes,
and as a matter of fact, it's not about business against KC. That's personal. So that's why I know
that's
gonna be.
We play at home. We play at home. Number 1. Number 2, we beat them. That's a statement game to the league. A real statement game to the league. Because then the league gonna be like, oh shit. Oh, they already know we for real, but now they really, especially put us on point, they don't know we really, really for real. I would love to see us go in at 6-2 for the second half of the season. We go in 6-2 the second half of the season. What that does, that gives a lot of our other players to be able to rest a little bit more comfortably versus them having to press them to come back.
Yeah, you're right.
You feel what I'm saying?
That is definitely the result of being up on the. Yeah, that's true. No guys aren't interested in playing if they're hurt.
If you look at what's going on right now in this first half, the only team to me really looks like they ain't playing is the Buffalo Bills.
Oh,
I ain't about the Bills. I'm not really sitting back and be like, oh yeah, well, nah. Buffalo Bills
on both sides of the ball. Them boys are badass.
Remember now, they faked the back shit. We was all hurt up and shit. So,
and also Dallas, the Baltimore, the Ravens look a little tough. The Ravens' defense is trash though, but yeah.
I mean, think about it, bro. If you look at our first half, if we could finish 6-2 or even 5-3 going into the second half of the season, we sitting pretty damn good for our division. Look at it. Only undefeated team is Philly. which they're going to take a fall soon.
You think so? Can Dallas beat them?
Dallas is next in line, and then it's us.
Yeah, that's true. And Dallas plays the same kind of ball we play right now. I mean, the defense is just killing people.
And we're only like our defense is reminded of the old days.
Mm-hmm.
I think our defense really, really setting the standard right now for what our team is doing. And as long as we're running the ball, we're good. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're not going in there. We're not giving up 29 points like they gave up tonight. We're not giving up another 30 points like another team's doing. A lot of teams give up 29, 25, 30 points. You're not. And we got to do every game.
You know they're not going to give up that many points. Yeah.
Exactly. Win every game. I know we're in a short leash tonight, Ronbo, but I will say this. Niner gang, man. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm not worried about injuries to Ward and those guys. Ward will probably come back to the end of the season. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. Bosa, he'll rest. He'll be back for the Kansas City game. I think that's what they're going to end up doing. I'm pretty sure Kyle Smart, he's going to rest him. Don't worry, man. That defense is smoking.
No,
smoking.
That's why it gives me confidence.
You know what I said earlier during me and you talked about during the draft and everything? Me and you kept telling everybody, man, we got to get that depth, man.
And we did, too. It's good hearing from you again on a regular basis. Come on back Wednesday. I'll be looking for you.
I will, man. Love you, man.
I'll love you back, fam. Give my best to Nina, too. I'll have a great night.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, man.
Night, fam.
All right, Niner gang.
There he goes. Ice. It's always intense. I love it. And, hey, Naj. Yeah, see, this is the thing about the 49ers this year. You know there's not a team in the league that's going to run no score up. This is why in about 3 weeks we can start to make predictions that are bold. I ain't going to say what they are, but what I'm thinking I ain't. But the 49ers continue to put the clamps, and I feel they're going to get better. The way DeMeco Ryans has got those boys playing, if they continue to put the clamps on these teams that call themselves high octane, we can't call ourselves a legion of boom, but we could have called ourselves the new legion of doom. Hey, not. Hey, Brian, get it. The law has arrived. Brian.
Once again, it's on 3-2. What you go do? The law says know your role and shut your mouth. Ronbo, what's going on with you, dude?
Oh, man, when we're sitting up here, you know what? I'm not sure if we're all fully aware of how potent of this defensive team we got that's going to set the table to make life easier for the offense, so much more easier. We don't have to be kick butt, got to score into the 50s to win this year. Ain't never going to be a team. You know what? I'm going to mark it right now, Brian. In the law, we could actually put this in the law. The 49ers, the most they'll give up this year in any one game will be about 25. That'll be about it. And that will be due to mistakes made by maybe the offense. But as far as anybody going out and scoring 25 points on that 49er defense, forget about it. It's not going to happen.
Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Man, Ronbo, that side has been the last, 4 or 5 weeks? The defense been monstrous. I mean,
week 5. Wait till week 10.
Yeah, we're not even at full, strength, Ronbo.
And they haven't got enough games in yet to be as good as they're gonna be. That's what I like.
Now, and I'm gonna take a quote from one of your earlier callers. Man, if we mess around and put a mute on Kansas City offense, watch out.
You know what though?
We will once again be the most feared team. We will once again be the most dangerous team in the league. Nobody want to see us.
But you know what? Kansas City's not. They're not as potent as they were back in the day. No. They after they lost Hill, they look good. but they just don't look like they used to look. Patrick's passing the ball around.
Yeah.
He's got Kelsey. But if Belichick was playing Kansas City Chiefs, I think they'd win. They'd take Kelsey out. You take Kelsey
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. They Ronbo. That I watched. I mean, those guys had trouble blocking the Raiders.
You know it?
Night when I watched them, they had trouble blocking the Raiders.
That's what I was looking at.
So what do you think they're gonna do when we come up in there? No, when they come to us.
It's gonna be body bags all over the place.
Yeah. Body bag game number 2. Man, if Kyle can some kind of way just get us 21 points. If we just get 21 points.
24, give me a field goal in there. And
24, if we get 24, if we get a 24 points and we hold them to 14, you're doing a damn good job. Because you better believe, and if we do and if we do put the offense on mute, you definitely can believe that the DC, he's gonna be gone next year.
He
might leave He might start taking offers. Matter of fact, Ronbo, he might start taking offers that week.
Yeah, I know. I'm already at peace with that. I already know this is. But you know what? I'm just hoping Fangio could come in there and make him play as well as D'Amico. But yeah, it's over. He's just too good. You can't have a top defense like that 2 years in a row. And he didn't have as many weapons this last year as he did this year, and then take it to the next level. If I'm an owner, I'm looking at that. Listen, I want that guy in here, and I want him in here now. What does he want? Whatever the 49ers are paying, we're going to top it. Damn.
So Rumbo, with the cornerback who we lost,
Emmanuel Mosley.
Mosley. So who's backing him up?
Well, hopefully they're hoping Jason Verrett can come out. I don't know how ready he is tonight. Remember, he hurt himself last year. Even if he comes back, it's always a question of will he be able to stay out there any length of time. Otherwise, it's going to be Ambry Thomas. I think would probably be the next guy up. A little Womack is boy. I like him. He's like a little boy. I'll put him out there. I ain't scared to put him out there. He's tough. So you got Womack. You got Ambry Thomas. I think that's where it ends. Diamador Lenore is doing a good job in the slot. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Dante. Dante's always available.
Dante's still hanging around.
He'll always be there. Dante, they probably called him yesterday.
Yeah. Hey, Dante, what you doing? You busy?
Meet us out in Atlanta.
You want to play football?
Yeah. We already brought your stuff. You're all right. Come on over.
Yeah, we got the ticket. Yeah. Just go to the airport, your ticket's already there.
We'll send somebody for your uniform and everything else.
Man,
come on out.
Ronbo, I'm telling you, Dante got some photo shots of GM York or whoever. He got
doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing. Because every year, Dante doesn't even bother to go to another team. He knows the 49ers are going to call him at some point in time.
He know it, right.
How come?
That is crazy. I'm telling you, you got some photos of
got our guys in compromising positions
of Lynch in the bubble in the tub, in the hot tub with some gas or something. I don't know what it is.
Or smoking a blunt, because it's weird how Dante's always available and they always go get him, and they probably told Dante in advance, it'll only be a matter of time before we call you. So listen, just hold tight. And we'll get back to you shortly.
He is. In case of emergency, break glass. Well, we broke the glass, so yeah. All Dante.
And I thought he did a pretty good job last year, too. He got smoked a couple times, but didn't everybody get smoked a couple times? But he's gotten better. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Well, Brian, I'll tell you what, I'm going to see you Wednesday, and so we can all together wait to see what's going to happen to Nick and Robbie, and we'll go from there.
Man. Oh, one more thing. Okay, on Nick, is he day-to-day or what?
Well, it's just they're just saying he's got a strain, and they'll better diagnose it on Wednesday. So
okay,
I don't know what that means, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. All right, then, Ronbo. Shout out to you as always. Shout out to production and 49ers faithful. Stay faithful, man. Stay faithful. Don't leave your faith. Embrace your faith.
There you go.
And the law is out.
There you go. All right, Brian. And we can be especially faithful this year because that defense is just ridiculous. Hey,
Oh, they
Frank.
are on.
Did we get Johnny Wilson? We did. That's right, we did. Sorry. Oh yeah, Johnny Wilson. I thought Johnny Wilson's got comedy. I'm always ready for some comedy relief, and the Rams are definitely a comedy shop. In fact, they have a place called the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, and that they've got a comedy store too at SoFi. The Rams broke. The Panthers are firing coaches. Niners rocking in the West all day, every day. We're on top. Go faithful. 49ers defense crushing the NFL. It's so good to be on top when you know. Well, I can't finish that. I'm on the air. Frank! I forgot. They did fire Coach Rule, didn't they? Yeah. Yo, Levi!
Yo, Ronbo, what's up?
Levi, we have a situation where a man lost his job because of us. I really feel bad about that. I mean, Coach Rule is out looking for a job, and you know, they didn't have to they didn't have to beat him up like that.
Well, he was losing a whole lot more than us. We just hit the nail in the coffin, man. All the other nails was there. We just kind of like banged it
Hammered him in, yeah.
Because he was, his offense wasn't working or something. Or it could just be he ain't never had a good quarterback, you know.
Well, he lost last year. He came in to take over the spot from the coaches over in Washington, didn't he? Is he the first guy?
Yeah,
the only guy?
I mean, the only coaches, all he had was the old beat-up Cam and Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield.
And how Cam do it?
I mean, it might not be 100% his fault.
Probably.
But
it usually isn't.
I did tell my brothers, and they didn't want to listen to me. I said, man, you know what y'all need to do? Y'all need to go after Jimmy.
They tried.
Actually,
it was close.
We don't want him. I'm like, I mean, hey, man, you should get him. He's a winner.
I think they just didn't get him because of the thing that with the operation, I guess. Because Jimmy even admitted, it was pretty much going to be the Panthers.
I mean, I know there was an option. The Panthers probably didn't want to give up that money.
Yeah, or the 49ers didn't want to pay. Because you know some teams say, okay, we'll pay this amount of money, and you guys pay this amount of monies, and we'll make this work. And the 49ers says, well,
I don't think the 49ers was going to do. They said, you're going to take all of it.
We ain't paying no money.
They're going to say Jimmy is too good to be making any kind of deals like that. If you want Jimmy, you want a second rounder at worst, and we want you to take all of it. We're giving you a winner. We're giving you a person that went to the daggone NFC Championship and a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He will turn your team, and I think that's why they didn't want to do it. But like they say, sometimes you got to make a big move, and he knew he was on the hot seat. I said, that's what you need. Y'all needed Jimmy. But y'all didn't, and now y'all look.
Got Baker Mayfield. And
one of my delusional brothers said that the defense was going to do it. I laughed at him. I said, okay, I'm looking forward to see that.
It's not bad.
Yeah,
But they lost some people, too. So.
Yeah, so I was like, so I wasn't thinking, before I forget around out of time, I got to be one of those guys to apologize about the award signing. Because I was in my head like, man, another Kansas City person? Like, I just became worried. It wasn't nothing personal against Ward. I didn't study him. I didn't know anything about him either. I just know he was another guy came from Kansas City. So,
Yeah, I didn't know anything about him either. A lot of people said he was good. They'd been paying attention to him, and then a lot of people said they were overpaying for him. So I didn't know what to believe, but I like him.
So I mean, what's his name was good too.
Who?
That the defensive tackle that got hurt and then stayed hurt.
DT.
I forgot his name.
Javon Kinlaw. Wait a minute. Oh
no, the one that came from the Chiefs. The one that blew that game
D.
against
Ford.
Patriots.
How did I forget that? D.
Ford,
the famous D. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's also what some of us uninformed 49ers fans, another person from the Chiefs, then we saw how lackluster their defense was. So
I'm thinking that's what my thinking was. Their defense was lackluster, and he played on it, so I didn't think too highly of it. But I actually saw that Panthers game, and I kept hearing him breaking up passes. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm at the Going Ronbo show and issue an apology.
You
then
know,
what's his name said, hey, man, he need to make apologies. So that's my personal apology.
The dude is good. You know what? He did a jump number last year against Cincinnati's speedster too. What's the guy that goes deep? The first time he played him.
Is it Charles? Is it Chase or Higgins?
Yeah, Chase. He stopped Jamar.
Boy.
The second game, Jamar got in the first game, and Jamar says, "Okay, you got you ain't gonna build no reputation on me, not beyond what happened already." Shut him down. He's a competitor.
Well, that's good. I'm just glad to have him because our defense is a lot better. Also, a little painful about what happened to Mosley. He was setting himself up for a nice top-tier quarterback money. And he's actually from North Carolina, too.
I know.
Crazy enough, he's actually from Greensboro, so that's like the same city I'm living in. So
for real,
that makes it a little bit extra worse. I mean, I ain't know him because.
But still, you got to feel that. But you got a homeboy go down.
Yeah,
and like you said, he's gonna get a big contract too.
Yeah, it's like if someone on the 49ers they grew up in a neighborhood, your neighborhood. Maybe you don't even know him. Maybe you ain't never talked to him, but he grew up in your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You want him to do well.
One of your homies, exactly. Yeah. That's just awful because, like we're saying, he's having a great season.
But another good thing is I had a commenter looking at the comments in your last video. I didn't make it on Monday because it was work night.
Mm-hmm.
But one person was saying he made an incorrect percentage about 75% if he wins. I'm like, no, it'd be 70%. For Jimmy to go 75%, he'll have to win his next 11 games. And he'll average 75% for his thing.
Well, you know what? With this defense, it's not impossible. We'll see.
Oh yeah. Also, there's 2 games Jimmy got circled on his calendar. What 2 games do you think those are?
Kansas City, number 1.
No,
Jimmy doesn't worry about the Rams because he knows he owns them. I can't imagine. What's the other one? What's 2? Well, name the 2 you're talking about.
I'm saying number 2 is Kansas City. Kansas City is not the team he wants to beat the most.
Who do you think it is?
How about the quarterback that kicked him out of his old job? The one that shipped him out.
Oh, Tom?
The Bucs.
Oh, the Bucs.
That's the one game he'll probably catch. The Chiefs, he probably wanted revenge because the Chiefs are the team that basically got him all the rap. Everybody started like he was like a terrible quarterback, not that good, backup. But,
I know.
But
we got to pull up, though. I'll be looking for you Wednesday, and we're going to find out some information from 49ers headquarters.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, just hope Bosa will be back soon.
I do.
He's like the only one I'm worried about. All right.
All right, fam.
Have a great Niners day.
You too. Victory Monday. Actually, Robbie is something to worry about, too. I don't know who they're going to get to do the kicking. Hey, Nudge. Yeah,
Ronbo.
Oh, there he is. Because I said, Nudge, he might have passed out. Nudge, come on in, man.
No. What's going on with you?
Victory Monday, you know what I'm saying? And Nudge, only ready to go, has had the nerve to come in, and they beating him up. Patrick, my homeboy, because they just won a ball game, and he knows their ass is grass when we come to see him, or when they come to see us. And it's a peaceful night at the chat. The Raider fans left. As you know, the Hawks fans, they packed up and we canceled their lease anyway. So, it's a peaceful night in Ninerville.
No, exactly. But don't forget, man, we play the Hawks next week. We'll be looking forward to the Chiefs. I've been seeing a lot of people doing that.
Tell you. And they got to come to Levi. See, as long as what's that coach's that umpire's name? Bill. I was calling it's Benovich because I call him Bill Benovich. Because he made me mad, and that's they got some calls in that Super Bowl, pivotal calls. Oh
yeah,
man. Chiefs wasn't better than the 49ers in 2019. They just weren't. But if you give them all the right angles and edges, yeah, they will be then. That's all right. We'll get them. We'll get them when they come in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah. I'm about to say next man up with Ward. We'll be straight on that.
Yeah.
Now we ain't got to worry about Hill, so that Ward injury ain't too bad. Not Ward.
The Mosley one is still questionable. I don't. Can Jason Verrett come in and is he ready to go? Is the question. I'd like Ambry Thomas. He is not Emmanuel Mosley, but I feel comfortable with him even if he has to play. And then I got Womack is like a dog. I just
he
got
one
back
of the
up.
game with the interceptions versus the Rams.
Yeah.
Last year. But
So,
that ain't saying much. Everybody catch interceptions against the Rams.
It's funny, but that's true. I don't know if you meant to be funny on that, but you know what? Most DBs that have played against the Rams in the last couple of years, they all have an INT. That boy be throwing INTs. That's why when people say, well, you know what? Kyle did want Stafford. I said, you know what? You cry about every INT Jimmy throws. Well, if you got Stafford, I guess you'd be a basket case now, wouldn't you? You don't think all of a sudden because he's playing for Kyle, he ain't gonna stop throwing INTs? That's what he does. I loved it. But
and he don't even be forcing. He don't even be forcing passes in the middle like that.
I know, right? He's just throwing them. Well, he likes to throw them all over the place into coverage. I guess he thinks that his guy's gonna win. But anyway, Naj, any more observations? Because did you make it yesterday? What do you think about this game against the Panthers? Was that victory enough for you, or did you, like some people call it, Ronbo, man, y'all be tripping, man. Y'all ain't beat nobody, man. You beat the Rams. I'm sorry, mofos. Man, also you beat the Carolina Panthers. Y'all act like you won a Super Bowl. I hung up the phone on two of them. I said,
I mean, I feel like we literally. We're the best team in the NFC right now.
Yeah, because you can't play. Competition ain't our fault.
I see.
I really wish we could play the Cowboys.
Only team I fear is really the Cowboys.
And Buffalo's tough.
Yeah, but they in the AFC though.
Oh yeah, well NFC, yeah.
NFC, just the Cowboys.
You're right. Because the Bucs don't look right, and
no,
our division has turned to poo-poo. You're right. We probably, and Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what's going on with him. You took Devontae away from him. I told people about that.
Yeah.
Packers.
The Eagles are very beatable.
Oh, I forgot about them.
They had a close game with the Cardinals.
I want to see them against the Cowboys. If they can stand that heat, we got to take them seriously then.
Yeah.
I don't want to give the Cowboys any credit, but they can play some defense right now.
Yeah. But I feel like our linebackers can stop their run game.
Yeah.
Most definitely can stop the run game.
Well, that's right. We got them active line. We got Talanoa. Notch. Even after you say linebackers, you add Talanoa to that mix. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. The best safeties of the NFL.
Damn. That's a combo. We already have one of the best linebackers. It's arguably the best linebacking trio in the NFL. And then you add Talanoa?
Mm-hmm. And Ward, when he healthy.
Well, I'm just talking about that interior area where tight ends and running backs and everybody likes to run around. Boy, Talanoa, and you watch Talanoa charge in the line of scrimmage before everybody else because he knows exactly what's up next, and he runs right to the access. And look at that! Oh, how did he see that? No,
perfect. And he can get him a couple interceptions. He ain't just one of those run stoppers. Nah,
it's gonna be all right.
He can get in position. He can cover.
We got to stop though. I tell you what, I'll be looking for you Wednesday. We're gonna find out about Nick and Robbie. All right.
Hey, Wednesday.
Yeah, definitely be back Wednesday.
Right,
I can't stay away.
All right, cool.
Appreciate you, fam. Night, Notch.
All right, you too. Y'all be safe.
Y'all, you too, Notch. And I know you will be. Night, fam. Oh, I love it. Anybody that wants to bring up the Bears game as an example, hey, Isaiah, you hold on to that thought, okay? Because this way we say, hey, Chiefs, that's the team that beat the Bears and beat you too. They lost to the Bears and beat you. Frank, you ready? Hey, Frank, go ahead. Oh my God, Frank. All right. Yeah, that's why I love it. This teasing is fun. We keep receipts. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Ronbo.
Chris,
Ronbo.
Victory Monday, Chris. Come on in, man, and let's talk about it. What did you enjoy about yesterday's game? We didn't get anything from you. And did you give out any grades? Is there anything that made you extremely happy? Anything that made you mad about yesterday's game on this Victory Monday?
That offensive line played a lot better than it played, those first 3 weeks. They played a lot better. They protected Jimmy a little better than they normally would,
Time spent together
But
for an offensive line.
Mooney Ward, man, when we grabbed him from Kansas City, I was like, yes. Now we got the quarterback we need.
So you knew he was good. I see, because I didn't know nothing about him.
Yeah.
People was telling me, but I didn't know.
Like a lot of times when we get players, what I would do is I would go check on more times when I watch him, watch film on him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when I seen that he was number one in 4 different categories at the position.
Yeah,
that was, and he's not afraid to line up with his man, one-on-one and chase the ball. And I like the way when the ball's in the air, he
plays that.
He's always on the guy, but he turns his head. So the referee has no choice, but he turns his head.
Can't call pass interference. Yeah.
No, he's pretty physical and got speed. And as a whole, we played really well, man. And Garoppolo, man, I'm glad that Garoppolo take the blame for too many things that he doesn't do. A lot of times, if you look at the NFC Championship game, he truly outplayed Stafford until he really outplayed Stafford. But he gets the
last couple of series when the offensive line our offensive line just looked like they just quit. I mean, the Rams was running in there like, who are these guys? All right, get Jimmy. Damn.
Yeah, we can't have
Compton
beating up on Jimmy like that, man.
So
Jimmy can play football, man. I tell people all the time. I say, Jimmy ain't at the fault of all things. When it comes to that team when they lose, because a lot of times Jimmy puts this team in position where we'll get a lead, and then sometimes
10 points.
It could be a bad
10-point
mistake on
lead.
defense.
Yeah, and they get snapped.
Yeah.
And then they get mad at Jimmy. Well, he was supposed to keep scoring. Oh.
Yeah. It don't matter what defense you playing against in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's just not that simple to just run up and down the field on anything.
Yeah. They get paid too. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's why I've always backed him up. I said, come on, this is unfair.
Yeah.
And we have not had but one real premier receiver up until this last year. We had Emmanuel Sanders, right? Up until then, we had rookies and lower tier people. And I said, I understand this and that, but Kyle's offense requires wide receivers that know what they're doing. If they showed a film that should have educated a lot of people. You see when Jimmy was throwing those shots, you'd see George Kittle in position, and now George Kittle knows how to run them routes. George Kittle, if you watch that, the defender behind Kittle is a little bit ahead. The defender that's coming up is just a step or two behind. Garoppolo is fearless. It's dangerous, but he gets it done. He'll throw that ball where they practice, into that spot, floats right between the two and into Kittle's hands. And I said, nobody will admit it, and I ain't going to say nothing, but I'll say it now. But that was a friggin' elite throw. That was elite as it gets. But don't call Jimmy elite because people get mad.
Yeah, they can't stand there. They don't like when you say good
But
things about Jimmy.
He can make some big boy throws.
Yeah, just like that play in the Super Bowl. Emmanuel Sanders, like, oh, Jimmy can't make that throw. You know what I seen on that play? I seen Emmanuel. The ball was placed right over the goal line.
Yeah.
Emmanuel was running he was around the 3-yard line. Just a stretch out for the ball to get. This is the Super Bowl. Jimmy put the ball right where if I was a receiver, I would stretch out. Yeah, I would stretch out for the ball. And then, Emmanuel already had, he lost a step a little bit. So, but he was still.
And somebody, I didn't see it because I was blind, but with anger. Somebody said somebody held Emmanuel Sanders on the way down. And I believe they probably should have if they didn't.
Yeah, they held him.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's over. We get to play them again and shortly. Let's see what happens in round 2. It don't matter as much as it did before, but still.
Hey, Mahomes going to be running around like that game Temple run on the people's phones. Yeah.
That was funny. Just a proof. Everybody's human. All right, fam.
Yeah.
Chris, good to hear from you. I tell you what, I'll be looking for you Wednesday. I'll be back, all right? Hope you got some time for us.
Great, yeah. Great, man. Great.
All right, Chris. Have a good night.
All right, Ronbo.
All right. You too, fam. And let's go check in on Ellis, the squad man, the squad leader. Ellis. We missed Ellis yesterday because he was tied up doing something. Huh? He might be still kids probably. Okay. Ellis, you didn't get a chance to chime in on yesterday's game. It's Victory Monday. Give me some.
Yeah, man. We got busy. The defense was, extraordinary once again. Disappointed to hear about the injuries, mainly to Jimmy Ward and, of course, Emmanuel Mosley. Jimmy came back prematurely. I honestly didn't want him to come back yet. I don't even know why they rushed him out there like that. The defense had been playing.
He had hurt his hamstring before,
without
right?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his leg was hurt. I bet nobody saw that hand coming, though.
It was a groin or a hamstring, either or. But I'm just saying, let him get all the way right. You know what I mean? Let him be, maybe Kyle and the staff should have taken a little bit more precaution with him because we need these guys for the long term. I heard Tony talking about that. I'm always about letting guys get healed all the way. We can always, maintain in the early, portion of the season, the mid-season, but we need guys for that fourth quarter, for that week 8, to 10 and on.
The stretch run, yeah.
Yeah. But the offense looked really well. Jimmy had like one or two that I saw. There might have been more passes that might have been a little off, but guys were dropping the ball. He made some really good decisions. He completed some good drives. And, Tevin Coleman was looking amazing.
Wasn't he? But he always looks like that against the Panthers. I forgot about that. Somebody pointed that out. I said, oh, no.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, let's see him next week.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep that going. You know what I mean? And he's familiar, with us. We're familiar with him. So that was just, it was right on time for him to, get that opportunity. Hopefully Jeff Wilson is all right. I would say, let's not rush him, but he has a shoulder injury or something like that. He sustained. I don't know how. Yeah. So I don't know how bad it is, but if he's not ready, save him for the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? We can make it. Bring up Jordan Mason. Let's do Jordan Mason.
Everybody wants to
and get the other guys in. We can maintain the run game for
TC run it.
TC and Jordan Mason play. Maybe have what's his name come up, Marlon Mack. Just to get
Marlon
through
Mack,
Atlanta.
I forgot about him. And you always got Debo. I wish we wouldn't use him as much as we do, but he is there.
Of course, Debo. Yeah, for sure. I like what Kyle. It's kind of strange. Kyle is starting to. He's listening to some podcasts, some news, and some different people because he's starting to use Juszczyk a lot more frequent now. So, and I've been talking about, I've been harping on this. I'm like a broken record. It's redundant, but I've been saying this for years that Kyle needs to use Juszczyk more, and every week now he's using them. And Kyle Juszczyk is getting big, huge plays. I mean, and look at how lit up he gets. I mean, imagine the feeling that he gets. He's the workhorse. He's constantly blocking. That's all he's doing. He's watching everybody else score. That man is a killer. He's a killer on the field.
And if you feed
know what I'm
him,
saying? When
let
he's
him
got
have some
that ball in
touches,
his hand,
he gets more inspired to play harder when he's even blocking, most likely. It's like Shaquille O'Neal used to be. You don't feed the dog, I ain't gonna guard the house. Shaq wouldn't guard the hoop when Kobe wouldn't pass him the ball. That's the same with Juice. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, just really, really happy for Juszczyk. No, I just hope that he starts utilizing Juszczyk more. Debo dropped one. Jimmy threw one behind him, but when he caught that one in traffic.
That was bad.
Yeah, that one in traffic, it was a little behind him. But had Debo just held on to it, he probably would have broke both of those tackles because he would have been moving too fast, and he would have just broke through those two defenders and probably got some extra yardage. But Debo played really well. The offense looked good, man. I'm glad we were able to run up the score on them.
They got some work to do, but they're improving.
Yeah, and my score was 35-17, Bo. I went back and listened to the show the other day, and I realized it was 35-17.
15. Yeah, you gave us 15 yesterday, 35.
Yeah.
That was close.
Yeah.
Close.
That's why I said 37-15 yesterday.
Yeah.
Right. So I was still hella close, but either way, man, I'm just glad we were able to close that one out. We gotta get through these next few games and get ready. I believe we have the Vikings. Right? We got the Vikings. We got the Raiders. We got Miami. We got the Bucks. We got the Chiefs.
Oh, so you're talking about second half?
We got some games to play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's period though. They're coming. The games are coming up, so we need to keep stacking these wins. We should be 5-0 right now.
I need to see the defense one more time because I'm still finding them unbelievable. I'm starting to believe, Ellis, if we can score 25 or less, 25 and up, there is no losses in the 49ers' future. Ain't nobody scoring 25 points on that defense. I don't believe it.
Yeah. Well, the tests are coming. We can't take Atlanta lightly. Atlanta's been playing some really close games. They almost came back and beat the Rams. They're not looking, too shabby. I mean, we should still get that W, clearly, but they're going to play, hard, and they still got some players on that team. So we got to do our thing.
We go get it. And Ellis, I'm gonna see you Wednesday, and we'll find out what happens with Robbie and Nick. And shout out to the squad.
Let Nick sit out. Yeah, let Nick sit out. We need him. We need him for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? Let him sit out another week or two if we can. The defense looked great even without him. Thankfully, it doesn't always happen like that. So we have that depth is again always working in our favor. So, but yeah, thank you, Brother Ronbo, for the platform.
Thank you for being here, Ellis. Appreciate you, Phil.
Man, always. Yes, sir. Shout out to the non-faithful, and I put out a missing persons report for Rudy and some of the other guys. Hopefully they're all right. You guys, I'm gonna start posting flyers in a minute. Pretty soon. You guys make sure you share them, and we're praying for y'all. All right, hit that like, subscribe. You know where you at. Wipe your feet, and it's full life.
Yes. Night, Ellis.
Peace.
See, these are the moments to enjoy. See, that's why when the Rams are in here attacking us with all 4 feet on the ground. So I said, you guys, and I told Rudy, I told you, didn't I tell you 3 or 4 weeks into the season, all of this fun you're having is going to stop. I was right on target. Hey, Fly Guy.
What's good, Ronbo?
Fly Guy, baby, because you weren't done yesterday, we had to make you stop it. Fly Guy, anything else you want to add to Victory Monday? See, because
remember yesterday I was talking about when Kyle didn't go for it on the 4th down?
Yeah.
With the 4 minutes left on the clock with 4th and 1. I was saying that that same day, that same Sunday, today I seen Grant post about Emmanuel Mosley, ACL. He said exactly the same thing, word from word. Everything I said, exactly the same way I said it, word for word. He said, "There's no way Kyle should have gave him the ball back when it was 4 minutes left with 1 yard." Same thing I said the day before. Exactly the same. And I'm like, if he can see it, nobody else can see that.
And if you and Grant seen it, then lots of other people seen it
Yeah.
too. I don't know. Kyle would chalk it up to fate, but Kyle, you had a chance to determine fate. It didn't have to be. So 4th and 1. I don't know what we were scared of. We had too many points. We were
That's what
already
I'm
ahead by
saying.
too much. Oh.
Okay, Rumbo, just think about it. Imagine what was playing KC. 4th and 1, and you're gonna give Mahomes the ball back, right? That's a good idea.
No,
that don't make no sense.
Not especially back then. Tyreek Hill running around back there, Travis Kelce up front. That's already 2 threats right there. And then you got to pay attention to those other 2 guys that really aren't that big a deal, but you still got to give them respect. So yeah. And
I can understand if the game was like you was up by 1 or something. You want to pin them back. He already up like two possessions, up 2 possessions in the game, and then I'm gonna tell you, we wouldn't win the game yesterday if Kyle didn't go for that 4th down. Because remember, the Panthers already scored and they had the momentum, and then we had the 4th down where they called it interference on Debo. If we didn't go for that 1st down, we ended up scoring on that drive. If we didn't go for that if we give them that ball and they went back and score again, we would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
See how the
Onside kick.
4th
You
down
never know what's
paid
going to
off?
happen on those. So yeah.
That's why I say the 4th down pay off, because if we didn't go for that one, we would have been in trouble.
See, that's why I want them to work with that Jason Poe. A lot of teams use big linemen as fullbacks or something. You could Kyle, Jason Poe's athletic, and you realize he weighs 300 pounds, right? Give him some work during practice, and for these occasions, when it's 4th and 1, you can tell everybody on the offensive line, all right, guys, we're going to just give me the center and just move out of the way because you guys are going to probably be getting away. Let Poe come right down through there and get that 1 yard. That's all you got to do. Nobody just stopped that monster at 1 yard out. No way.
How
No imagination.
How about 4th and 1? You do a trick play. Debo running under center, get the ball, bootleg, run or throw it. Just think something, come up with something.
They tried to wildcat. Remember when Juice ran over? First, it looked like it was going to snap to Jimmy, and then Juice ran over during the count last second and got right behind center. And then 49, somebody called timeout. I said, yeah. Kyle, that was the right play.
It's like
that was the right play.
It's different things you can do to put the ball on. Like Debo could have did it too. You know he's faster than Jimmy G.
I wouldn't
he could get to the outside and get 1 yard.
But I don't want to put.
Debo gonna get that 1 yard.
But I don't want Debo in that kind of play because I'm worried about him getting hurt. But Juice, they can't stop Juice 1 yard away. Oh,
no. I'm not talking about running it down the middle. I'm talking about like you.
Oh,
you
but
get
trick
the
play
ball
to see if you can confuse him. Yeah, and get more yards like the Raiders did today.
To the outside the numbers and just. Because we got to practice those little short plays because we can't.
We're always in that situation. That's true.
Imagine we play KC, we keep punting. When we can just take a chance and score.
No,
we keep punting.
Their defense, KC's defense is not that good. The 49ers they converted on over half of the third down. They're coming back around. Remember, the 49ers, we used to be one of the best teams in the league on third down conversion. We weren't the first 2 or 3 weeks, but now they picked it up yesterday. So we can start looking forward to 49ers getting better at third down. So don't look for Kansas City. We ain't gonna be punting all day to Kansas City. See, a lot of us are overrating Kansas City. From what I've seen today, the Raiders lost that game because they lost the game. Kansas City didn't beat them. Ain't no way in the hell Travis Kelce's supposed to get a touchdown every time he got in the red zone. And if Waller was playing, it'd have been Waller and Devontae. They wouldn't have stopped them both. They are okay, but they're not a juggernaut team anymore.
I say right now we got the advantage to win the Super Bowl because we already on the top of the division. If we win and get a bye in the playoff, our chances go up. So we got to keep them wins going.
Especially if
Does
we can get that by and play Aaron Rodgers and company in the NFC Championship game.
yeah. We get one bye and
Aaron!
we play one game. One game and it's over.
Fly guy, we got
Two
to go, though,
games,
fam.
Super Bowl.
I'll see you Wednesday, okay?
Uh,
All right, man. Have a great night. It's fun projecting what's going to happen next. And you take the big show. Ricky Gervais, huge fan. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show.
He just makes it so much better with that British accent. I love
and,
that dude.
And one zinger after another. I listened to the whole thing and I was in tears
Oh my
laughing.
God, that whole night was so funny with him because he was right. They have no right to lecture the public about anything.
But you know the thing is, Phil, you watch Will Smith go up there and slap somebody almost to death, and Ricky says, "You know what? I'll say what I want to say. They're not going to come back here anyway."
Yeah, I know. Anyways, you know, Ronbo, we beat the Panthers so badly they ended up firing their coach.
I know. I feel
Not
sorry
only that,
for him.
not only that, but they're going to be doing a little house cleaning as far as
Trades.
Specifically when it comes to
clean
players.
Yeah.
Yep. And
bargain
there's
basement
a
time.
big name out there who happens to be on the trade block,
Kristen?
according to CBSSports.com, Mr. CMC.
Oh!
And Ronbo, we're in a position this year to go after somebody big in during the trade deadline before the bye week because our defense is playing lights out.
Yeah.
Our offense like I've been saying on here, needs that extra to get us over the hump. And imagine Christian McCaffrey doing that, Ronbo. The stars are aligning for a Christian McCaffrey trade. Kyle Shanahan was a huge fan of Ed McCaffrey, Christian's dad, growing up next to his
I remember
father,
that story.
Mike
Yeah.
Shanahan. They brought that up in the game. Kyle actually wore number 87 in Texas when he played receiver after Ed McCaffrey.
Well, you know something.
So,
real quick, I want to just before you get away from that point, somebody already posted in there. D'Amico Ryans and Jimmy G are on their way to the Panthers next year anyway. So maybe we can get since that's going to be the case. Maybe we can go ahead and get Christian back.
If Jimmy G wins us the Super Bowl, Jimmy G is not going anywhere, right?
Okay, let's not get that started. But anyway.
But anyways, I'm not even going to go there. Christian McCaffrey. Kyle Shanahan was very high on him in 2017. In fact, he was so high on him, he was number 4 on their board. Peter King wrote that, I think, when he was in the draft room.
If you're going to get something out of Stanford, get him, not Solomon.
I know.
Jesus, it still bothers me to this day.
And if he was that high on him, then I wouldn't be surprised if he went and made a big swing and big push to get him on this team, given how good we are. And how much we're just 1 inch away from winning the Super Bowl in an NFC game. Like Christian McCaffrey would get us over that inch, I believe.
But
it would open this offense up so much more. It would open this offense up so much more, Ronbo.
That's true, but he gets
he
hurt a
does.
lot.
But
if he would just not get
so do
hurt.
all of our running backs.
There you go, Isaiah. There's your answer. Isaiah's like taking a shot at you for that remark, and that's why I echoed what he was saying. But you know what? All of our running backs get hurt. We don't have one that doesn't get hurt. That's true.
And I don't think he would be the bell cow. I think he would split carries with Elijah Mitchell. Just imagine him and Elijah Mitchell, that 1-2 punch, and Tevin Coleman, that 1-2-3 punch.
Yeah,
I'm
a Jeffrey Wilson fan now. I Jeffrey Wilson in the mix, and yeah, you got a deal. Because if I got between TC and Jeffrey, I'm taking Jeffrey. I want to know what Jordan Mason can do, though. I'm dying to know how he would look.
We were looking like complete, without Emmanuel Sanders. And when Emmanuel Sanders got here in 2019, we completely changed the game. Our defense was playing lights out like they are now. Our offense was a little humdrum like it is now. Yeah. And we went and made that big swing, and look at how dramatically it changed everything. Crazy. And that's what we need to do, is to make a dramatic swing at something to get us over that hump, because I'm tired of losing. I really am when it matters, Ronbo. It's like how Shannon said, we're not guaranteed. I don't even know if we're going to be alive next Sunday.
Injury's your biggest enemy, though, Show. It's like I said, there's no way in
I
hell
agree, but
we would have
also
lost last year if Trent
the
Williams was
silver lining
healthy.
about that is
Yeah.
silver lining about that is a fresh start and a change of scenery. It would do a player wonders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't know how to use Christian McCaffrey like Kyle Shannon would know how to use them.
Oh, I know. I knew that year that he was coming in. I said, that's a Kyle Shanahan back. He went and got the Jet. I said, you know what? He went and got the Jet because he wanted Christian McCaffrey. So he's going to get a Christian McCaffrey somewhat like Jet McKinnon.
And we ended up taking Joe freaking Williams. Wow.
Yeah, because we already got Solomon Thomas at the top pick. McCaffrey got picked in the first round, didn't he?
Well, I'm sorry.
Christian McCaffrey got picked in the first round.
McCaffrey was first round, yeah.
Yeah, so it was he was gone if you wanted to get him later.
But I think the deal would get done like a third round this year and a second round next year because we have our first round next year and we'll be getting another third round pick if D'Amico Ryan gets picked up as head coach next year. So don't forget about that.
Yeah.
With the diversity hire thing that the NFL adopted a while ago. So
but you know what? Even though he's actually that good, I don't know if D'Amico's head coach material because we only see him.
I don't either, honestly, because the league is more offensive minded now.
Yeah.
Than hiring defensive minded coaches as head coaches, but they don't work out so well. Look at it in Denver.
Yeah.
Vic Fangio didn't last that long.
In fact, Fangio's one of the best in the game as far as we were supposed to get him that year that Harbaugh lost his mind, but not Harbaugh, but that Jed lost his mind and fired the wrong guy. But look, we're having.
And Minnesota had a defensive-minded coach too for the longest time, and that didn't work out so well for them either. So they finally went after the offensive coordinator. So I don't think D'Amico Ryan. He might get picked up, but I don't know.
And so we need to holler to Donut and Tanisha before we say goodnight.
Oh, for sure. I love that barbecue that they had over there. That looks delicious.
Did it?
Shout out to Donut and his lady. Tanisha, yeah. Shout out to Donut and T. America's favorite couple. Thanks for tagging me on their Twitter, though, by the way. That was
you knew I was.
Nice of you. All
right,
Ronbo.
See you Wednesday.
Shout out to everyone. All right, take care.
Night, fam. Fangio, did Fangio sign with the Eagles? I didn't know about that. Hey, Liam, come in here.
Ronbo.
Hey.
Ronbo.
Liam, do you know anything about Vic Fangio signing with the Eagles?
No, but Ellis mentioned this. The afterglow of the victory.
Yes, indeed.
Is quite sweet,
yeah, it was.
Especially when they eviscerate their coaching staff on the following day.
We're ruining families and
lives. As has been mentioned many times.
That's kind of mean.
Yeah, well, that's just how it is, man.
It's the NFL.
You get exposed. I think, really, if it were me, it was obvious. Like, I was playing to lose. He wasn't playing to win, the coach. Like, some of the calls, it was like, no, you've lost it. And so I think ownership made the right call. It's too bad. I don't think things would have been different I don't know the other games. I don't really know. Jimmy, if they had Jimmy and McCaffrey, that'd be a decent offense. You'd have a lot to kind of start with, So I don't know, where Carolina nets out if they have him. It's hard to say with these things. You never know, right? So, anyway.
Yeah, it's just maybe. It depends on the coach too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, what a game! Sweet. This defense is insane.
And they made a couple of
keeps getting
mistakes,
better.
some flags, and they still were just dominant.
Yeah. It did seem to me, though, that kind of late in the game, maybe second half, Carolina, we had a little bit less pressure, and they were able to kind of push the ball up the field a bit.
Yeah.
That was sort of how I felt. I don't know if the game actually tells that story, but watching it second half, I felt like, okay,
I
49ers
don't
tired.
know.
I think they kind of wore them out too. You notice at the fourth quarter, the 49ers are a physical team, Liam, as you know. That's when, if it's been rough all for 3 quarters, in the fourth quarter, that's when you become at the mercy of the 49ers defense. They hit that kid, P.J. Walker, so hard that one time, that was a jolt. It was like you saw it. The cameraman looked like he couldn't even keep it. It was just such a sudden stop and drive into the dirt. And as I said, the guy got up. I said, damn, because they hit him like a car. I mean, Jesus Christ, he got hit hard. So that defense is vicious.
Amazing. It's the third quarter. Collectively they scored 16 points, which is interesting. Usually it's the lowest scoring quarter.
Yeah, I knew they'd come around. I knew they'd come around. People want to give the 49ers a chance to get started. They haven't been together but 3 weeks. Jimmy had no preseason. I said, okay, guys, can we give them a little bit of time here and let them get back in sync? I think they'll be fine. I knew it. Wait till next 2 weeks from now.
Well, it was interesting though when Gold went down. Like it was all of a sudden like our special teams went into disarray. And we'd have scored more points. Like we would have had 40 if we didn't shank that field goal.
Yeah, but they would have had 14 if it wasn't for him making that stop. That dude was gone. He outran everybody on special teams except their last line of defense. Our last line of defense was Gold.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. So then you're looking at, if they score that, and that puts them at 21, and if we don't score that defensive touchdown, we're at 30 all of a sudden, 21-30. It's a much closer game, Anyway, whatever. We won the game. It was a sweet performance. The defense was incredible.
Thank you, Robbie Gold. Thank you, Robbie.
Oh, man.
He doesn't make that stop. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh. And even then, if they did score, it wouldn't have been on the defense, And we just keep scoring touchdowns. I mean, who's next? Who's next on the defense to score a touchdown? Somebody tell me.
Okay. We should do that Friday. Who's going to be? Oh, you've got Talanoa. You got Mosley. Is it Charvarius? Is it the Ward time?
Yeah, Mooney Ward is out there. Womack is out there. He's going to maybe step into a role.
Yeah.
I guess Warner,
Yeah, Liam, it's going to be
we got touchdown scorers all over the defense.
It's going to be Diamador Lenoir.
Like, what do they say, Ronbo? The best good offense is a great, whatever. I don't know the sentence. God damn it. What is it? Best offense is a good defense?
Oh, yeah. The best offense is good defense. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it turns out it's true if your defense is as good as the offense of many teams in the NFC West.
Liam, everybody.
Like, our defense is better than the offense on the Broncos.
Without a doubt. And they got Russell Wilson over there. Liam, I'll be back Wednesday. Let's get ready for that.
All right, Ronbo.
And I want to keep your question in mind. Who's going to be the next 49er to pick a 6?
Or fumble recovery for a touchdown. Next defensive touchdown.
Yes. Next defensive DTD. That's it. The next DTD.
Yeah. DTD. I love it.
It is. All right. Let me write that down right now.
Yeah, man.
All right, fam. I'll see you Wednesday.
All right, Ronbo. All right. Good night.
Night. Man, the next DTD. Hey, Chris.
Hello.
Yeah, and who is this? Hi, Chris. I'm trying. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
Rumble.
Yes.
It's me, Rudy. Did you know the Rams suck ass?
We're gonna watch some comedy between now and whenever we play the Rams again. I can see right now. I love it. Even Rudy's given up on his team, and he has declared his team butt suckers. Chris, give me some more. You got some more comedy?
Man.
Yes, because we can't find him. We saw one. Ooh, Raider Carlos had the nerve to make an appearance, but he did get robbed.
Man, all I know is before this, the last thing I remember before this this Rams and Cowboys game is Ready to Blow said the Rams had depth. Where at? Where the depth at?
There's the best question right there.
I don't
Where?
see it.
He got no depth. Ready to go. See, that's something about Ready to Go. He's been making dumbass statements ever since the end of last season when I first met him in here. The dude says random stupid things. The Rams, everybody knows they're top heavy. They don't have no depth. They're the ones who said F the picks. How they going to have any depth? Oh, I can't believe he just says anything that makes no sense. God, he's strange.
They don't even have a number 2 receiver. They got a number 1 receiver and a tight end. Who they number 2 receiver? Who they number 3?
Allen Robinson is pretending to be. Allen Robinson cannot gain any separation on anybody. There's women in the women's football league that can cover Allen Robinson. He has no ability to separate. He's out there getting over on his length. And if you cut that off, he can't play. Most overrated receiver in the NFL.
Oh, look at it. I see ready to blow crying. The Rams got hit with the injury bug. Okay. Sure.
That's why you don't F the picks.
We don't want to hear that. You know who else is getting hit? Matthew Goff. That boy is getting roughed up.
That's why I kept that picture. I posted it on Twitter. Buried face down in the dirt with that cowboy getting up off of him. I really enjoyed that.
But I feel bad. We got the Panthers coach fired.
Yeah, I know. You don't know. Maybe his kids and everybody at home crying, and I don't know. I felt sorry for him.
Well.
Wife left.
We got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do.
You know what they say? There's severance pay.
But I can say this though.
What?
I can say this though. Whoever that interim coach is, he's gonna take the Panthers and march right into SoFi and beat the Rams' ass. Watch. They got a good defense. Watch that.
Hey, Chris, who the Rams play next?
Watch. They play the Panthers. Watch.
Don't do it, Rams. If you lose to the Panthers this Sunday, we're going to fan out. We're going to find you somehow. We're going to find every last one of you and let you know where to get the hell off. That's going to be a riot. Ooh. Oh. Hey, they're coming to SoFi. That's right. There's going to be more Panther fans than you ever knew existed. Watch and see. They're going to outnumber Rams fans, Chris. Watch.
That's sad. You can't even outnumber the Panthers. Come on now.
If they have to do a silent count Sunday, that will be special. I knew they provide us a lot of humor after the first 3 or 4 weeks of the season. I told Rudy that late night last night. I said, Rudy, you know what? Remember I told you after 3 or 4 weeks of the season, you guys were no longer going to be anything anybody's going to take seriously. Sure enough, here we are.
Yeah.
He hasn't responded yet. I gave a picture of Matthew Stanford.
Wait, did I hear? And then earlier, did I hear a caller say the only team he's scared of in the NFC is the Dallas Cowgirls?
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Why in the world? Why in the world would you be scared of that? Everybody knows how that's going to end. It looks nice now. It always looks nice.
Every year.
Start off. It always looks nice.
Chris, not this year. They got to play the Eagles, and then for a change, they've got some competition within that NFC East. They're not going to walk over the Eagles. They may win, but that ain't going to be like what it has been.
Yeah, now they got a challenge. But let me ask you this, Ronbo. Do you think the Giants are real?
That's smoke and mirrors. Although, I got to see it one more time. I don't want to say nothing bad about the Giants, but I don't know how they got away with what they just did. Well, I want to see one more time. Saquon is bad. Boy, that boy is, Ooh, I wanted him that year when he came out of the draft. It was Quentin Nelson and Saquon. I said, man, if we could get any between Saquon and Quentin Nelson, can I please get one? I didn't get my prayer answered. Saquon gets hurt all the time anyway, though. But, we'll see.
Yeah.
So.
But knowing us, if he would have came to us, he would have been doing the same thing. All our backs get hurt all the time.
I know, right? And they ain't even equal to
But
Saquon.
that boy Coleman looked good this last game. He looked good.
And he better look good next week. Fam, we got to pull up though, Chris. Let me see you Wednesday, all right? Looking for you.
All right, man. I'll call it.
Looking forward to it. Night, Chris.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too. And Mars 73 says, let's go Niners, but these injuries need to go away. This is just the way we do every year. We can't get away from the injuries. Oh, we can't get away from them. HBO is, B-O-P. Sean McDermott is a defensive-minded coach for, who's the ace? Who's the OC over there, though? And we check back. That is a good point. How many other defensive-minded coaches or head coaches in the NFL right now that are having success? Belichick is Belichick will put a whooping on the Detroit. Well, you know what? To be a whooping on Detroit right now is special because they're a little better than they were. Frank, we're checking back in on Frank. And Randall Riley says, go ahead and eat. Frank. No, Frank never lets that many times. Tony, our Atlanta brother. Tony, get in here.
Ronbo, good evening. How are you today?
Tony and I, it's Victory Monday, and anytime you get to watch the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals say goodnight in pain, it makes for Victory Monday just turns into something special. Every last one of them.
Yeah, and Ronbo, Matt Rule, the Carolina coach, was gonna get fired anyway. Y'all just put the nail.
He was, wasn't he?
Their defense isn't bad. It's their offense.
And they weren't going to improve anytime soon. What's the guy that's over there that Baker Mayfield beat out of a job?
Sam Darnold.
Yeah, Sam. The camera kept flashing on Sam Darnold like he was going to do different. Actually, Baker Mayfield, I thought he did a decent job. Baker knew better than to stand back there and try to look around the field. Get rid of the ball now.
Get your check down.
Or get hurt, seriously hurt. Because Nick Bosa was trying to get him all. That's why Nick pulled a muscle. He wanted to get at Baker's butt so bad. Nick, you got to calm down. God. So,
And I told people that the Jets are just as good as the Dolphins, even though Teddy Bridgewater, they wouldn't let them back in the game when they had a third-string quarter. The offenses and defenses, their rosters are kind of the same to me. Good young talent on both sides.
Do they have anything to equal to Tyreek Hill over in New York, though?
No, but they got Garrett Wilson, the rookie first-round pick out of Ohio State.
Okay, because I've not had a chance to watch it because I'm always watching everybody else. There's a 4 or 5 teams I always got to watch: the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the Rams. And make sure that they lose. I feel like if I'm watching, they got a better chance of them losing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Ronbo, I know you heard we got jobbed. We got jobbed with 3 minutes left.
Everybody's talking about that. Yeah.
Ronbo, Tony Dungy even said on last night's broadcast before the game last night, the Sunday night game.
Mm-hmm.
Grady Jarrett's a clean football player. He just twisted him down, and when he threw him down on top of him, and Brady's head didn't even hit the turf.
And
what happened was the referee didn't throw the flag until after Brady complained.
Oh, and remember, that carries a lot of weight. If Brady's out there complaining, then the refs will listen. And I don't know who that was in the Monday Night Football booth. That's 2 days in a row that we've had that kind of a call that was totally wrong. Nobody but, I remember you mentioned the referee, nobody but blah, blah, blah thought that was roughing the passer. I said, that's so bad. And it worries me because of refs. Man. God, get rid of these refs.
We were coming. We were down 21-0. We hadn't scored. We scored 6 points. Was it 6 points? 7 points in the third. and then we got that 2-point conversion in the fourth. We lost 21-15. If we'd have got that ball back, who knows what could have happened.
And you score the extra point, you could win and score 2 points. Here's the thing. You did that without Kyle Pitts and Cordero Patterson, didn't you? So that's why, you guys, your team is not going to struggle a whole lot longer. That's all you got to do is build a defense. The young offensive pieces are already in place.
Our defense is pretty good, too, with our linebackers. We traded Deion Jones to Cleveland, too.
I was going to ask you about that.
Pro Bowler. Yeah.
Why?
He wasn't playing Ronbo. It's something that's happened behind the scenes because he played that last preseason game. He looked pretty good. And then the next thing we know, Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot, our GM, put him on IR. So it was something going on behind the scenes. The Falcons are pretty good at keeping things in-house. But, now we moved on. And we're deep at linebacker, so,
yeah.
One of those things you got to move on.
That kind of experience, though, that guy was rock solid.
2-time Pro Bowler.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
well.
Because he had his surgery right when Jimmy had his.
He did.
Yeah.
Same kind of procedure? Shoulder?
Probably, yes, same kind. I think he had it a month after Jimmy had his. So,
yeah,
it's not ready, but, we got Rashard Evans in free agency, and we got Michael Walker, who we drafted. So, and then we drafted that kid in the second round, that Troy Anderson, went out of Montana State.
Yeah.
Ronbo, he reminds me of Brian Urlacher, only faster. He was the one that blocked the punt in the Ram game when we came back against the Rams. This is nasty. Once he learns the game, Ronbo.
Yeah, that's saying something. See, those are schools you get that kid that might have gotten passed on because he's not going to the premier schools, and he comes in and does a number.
Second round pick too.
And then there's that. It's crazy, isn't it?
But Ronbo, you had me laughing. You was talking to a couple of your people. You said, I forgot what you said. It was something about the Rams.
Oh yeah, because the Rams going to be. The Rams going to be booty jokes for weeks. And if they fool around and like somebody said, it was just Chris was just saying, the Rams will be one of the first teams if the Panthers come in there in the condition they are in, particularly right now, and beat the Rams, well, all hell breaks loose. The sun is going down quickly in LA. If that, oh my God! And if there's more Panther fans sitting in the stands than there is Rams fans, because that seems to be a thing every week. Tony, I'm telling you right now, Rams fans are fly by night. I used to go to Laker games because I used to love Lakers. I love the Lakers so much, and Laker fans. Most of them are up in the concession. They're leaving early. Dodgers fans the same way. I said, LA fans, y'all don't be.
Because I lived in LA for 2 years. I was a Laker fan too back a long time ago with Magic.
LA fans.
There's always something to do in LA, so they leave.
Right.
Dodger days, they leave. They leave early.
I mean, I'm in the ninth inning watching the Dodgers, and people have already left. Me and about 10 other people, right? I'm thinking, the Dodgers already secured the game, but I just want to see this game out, right? I paid for that ticket.
That's how I am.
And I want to know, and the Dodger Stadium hot dogs are the best hot dogs on the planet, right? So I'm thinking, why is everybody leaving? Where you going?
Dodger dogs. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. And at the Forum, Ronbo, everybody like, where everybody leave? I'm like, it's LA. They going to a party or going to a club, this or that. It's always something to do.
So if you're not living in LA, you appreciate LA ball clubs a little better. I've never liked the Rams, but the Lakers and the Dodgers, I've always liked them.
Well, the Rams were just in LA. They played in Anaheim, San Bernardino.
Yeah, they're not really LA.
And Ronbo, on two of Kelsey's touchdown passes, nobody covered them.
And they should have been double. Oh, I said, Raiders, who teaches defense here?
He did a crossing route on one. He came out the line of scrimmage. Nobody checked him. He just did the crossing route. With nobody on him. Like, what are the Raiders doing? Their coverage stinks, Ronbo.
Somebody get ready to get fired, all right? Because if I'm the owner, Al Davis Jr., I know he's watching. What the hell was that? Even the booth announcers knew you needed to cover Kelsey. That's
exactly.
good. It's the Raiders, though, so I still don't have any problem with them getting a butt whooping. I don't appreciate that they lost like that because I'd like to see Kansas City lose, but that was stupid. And what is that pass? A Hail Mary? What are you doing? You need 1 yard to get a first down to get you getting 4 more downs. Okay, that's
situational football.
That's
I
right.
see that way too much, Ronbo.
Damn.
You need third and 6. You only need 6 yards. Why are you trying to get 30?
And with their field goal kicker, they only had to get him a little further up the field.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
Anyway, Tony, we're having too much fun. This is fun to talk about you. General conversations can go on for hours.
And Niner Empire, good luck to you guys on Sunday. I just don't want anybody to get hurt. I know we're probably not going to win. If we do win, it's a bonus. But I respect your football club highly. And check out AJ Terrell, the all-pro corner.
Tony,
you're going to love him.
I will, and I keep telling people, man, don't be taking the Falcons for granted, man. We lost to y'all in 2019, and everybody counted that game as being, oh, we got this.
Remember that.
And we did not get this. Yeah. All right, Tony. I will see you Wednesday.
I'll talk to you on Wednesday. And some of them Ram fans that's hiding, they watching. They ain't coming in the chat, but they watching.
I know. And they know we're talking about them.
Like ready to blow. I'll see you Wednesday, sir.
All right. Night, Tony.
Take care.
Oh, God. That's funny. Raps, I knew you guys were going to provide this. I knew it was going to come. I just didn't know exactly when. I had a feeling it'd be the first 3 or 4 weeks. Boy, was I on the money. You guys smell bad, don't you? Yeah, look at you. If the Panthers beat you, don't ever come back in here again. I'm telling you right now. Oh. I wish there was a way you could keep people from escaping and once again in your chat. Boy, I'd have y'all locked up in here for a month. We just beat you up. Boy, we browbeat you guys for the rest of the season. Go Panthers! You can do it! Everybody else does. Fam, I will see you Wednesday. We'll find out more about Robbie and Nick and see what happens to them. And just in the meantime, fam, just have a good old Victory Monday. Order yourself a pizza. Have an extra beer tonight. Just don't go out and drive. It's okay. We deserve these moments. Cowboys beating the Rams. Hawks, I mean, they got snatched from behind and got beaten in dramatic fashion. As did the Cardinals. It's a wonderful world, fam. It's a red and gold world is what it is. Thanks for the contribution tonight, fam. Appreciate it. Please, don't forget to subscribe so we can find you. We've got more Rams jokes, if nothing else. Like. Come on, Panthers. You could do it.